No, I wasn't. We are now.
He is now.
Okay.
Yeah, boy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Y'all know what the fuck it is. We are here to feed the streets. What's going on? 300 subscriber stream. Thank you, motherfuckers, for subscribing to my ugly ass.
Exactly.
Y'all know
That's a fact. He is ugly, boy.
I'm ugly than a peanut. Eric with the exclamation points. Thank you, Eric. You know what it is. I got my boys here. Here with half of the Rep Force podcast, Eric Tolado. My boy Sasga Anderson, who be lost in the sauce.
You know, Eric Tomato, you know what I'm saying?
Eris, I didn't even announce you yet, but there you go.
Uh-huh.
Mater is here, and my boy Cola, who I've been trying to get on the stream for a year and a half, has finally showed up.
Hey, it's the greatest stream of all time now that I am here.
Anyway, holy shit, we just jumped from 8 people watching to 20 that quick.
Exactly, because I'm here, nigga.
What to do with you? I will tell you that right now.
It's all because of me. I told you, dog.
Absolutely not. Let's get it, y'all. I am pumped. Chat. What do y'all got to say, man? We can't get to 600 subscribers without you guys. What do y'all got to say, man? Talk to me. Talk to me, baby. Come on.
Why was Sup Y'all blocked by YouTube and had to be reviewed?
Wait. Who? Yeah, why was that? Hold on. I'm going to check that right now. That's weird to me.
YouTube's just retarded, dude.
It just said, it said likely to be spam?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got like 45 messages in my inbox likely to be spam. I had to.
That's really stupid. So I'm gonna go to the community settings while I wait for these questions for the chat. They don't make any sense as to hidden users. Oh, that's not right. No, take them off of there. I like those two. I don't know why they're hidden. Eric, do you understand how to like?
No, I don't know how you
comment.
Dude.
Wait, I have it on allow on comment. All comments. I don't get it.
We are experiencing some technical difficulty. Please be patient.
YouTube made it to where it automatically.
Damn,
YouTube
it's blowing
made
up here. We got Loogie Lara Lat B in the chat here.
Oh no.
That fucking dumbass. Matt, on Twitter, you need to chill because I'm not trying to get shot up by one of these school shooters you insulting, all right? I ain't got time for that.
I'm gonna say you look like a school shooter, so you good. You blend right in.
I look like a school shooter.
Wearing all them little hats you be having on.
I look nothing like
hey, you had left when I started to roast you, man. About that picture, boy, where you was lacking.
I wasn't like that. I was just in casual.
Yeah, that picture low-key viral.
I was in casual dress.
That boy, you know when white people like that. I'm not racist. I got a black friend. Vergo was that black friend.
I do like I do like white people.
Whoa.
Let's see.
He smell like Hot Topic and Black and Miles.
He does like white women.
Yeah, hey, Dersan, I normally like your jokes. They're kind of failing right now, but it's cool.
No, they don't. They not failing, bro. Hey, because I want to know good quality, bro.
It's all good, G. Let's see. Not good to push the buttons of the crazies. I agree. Do you think that Sanji can beat Dofi now? Probably not.
No.
Probably not, considering he got negative diff.
Yeah, definitely not.
Hey, Sanji hasn't done anything, all right? So when he does something, we can judge him.
What's up, Russ? Let's see. That fly picture said, "Yo, Sauce God, what is your thoughts on Jimbe's status?"
Jimbe is cooling. He gonna show up when he show up. You asking too many questions. My opinion on Jimbe's status is the same opinion as everything else. Nigga, we don't know. We don't know. All they ain't showed us it. So when he show up, then I will have an opinion about it.
Yeah, when Jimbe shows up, he'll show up because of convenience for Oda's sake.
Of course, because Jimbe is always clutch.
I think he's gonna come back missing a limb, like an arm.
What? Why?
Sanji will be about to be attacked by King, and then like Jimbe will fly out of the water. And
go ahead, Jin Karate.
Yeah, you gonna go Jin Karate.
I will say this though. There is a problem with the fact that Big Mom made it to Wano before Jimbe did.
How is that a problem?
Well, I mean,
You know, Jimbe be on color people time. Jimbe always late.
I thought he was supposed to stall them so that they could get away.
Maybe he went to go pick up Marco. Maybe he can convince him.
I need Matt to come here and explain what is going on with him and James Hansen.
No, I just
James has that nigga has been well. I shouldn't call him a nigga, but he's been wilding. Let's just say that.
Sir,
so he don't get that call. He don't get that.
Matt said I'll slap the piss out that nigga if I see him in LA. What the fuck is going on?
Okay, so basically the point is that because people been getting on him because Bleach ain't coming back and whatnot, and then he said the N-word. Well, not the N-word, but he said nigga on stream, and then people are trying to say you don't get no justification for that shit.
Bet you don't.
If Afro Senju has to come on Twitter and say, okay, my nigga, I'm just gonna say this now. Yeah, I don't want Bleach come back for your sake. That tells you right there.
Like
not Afro.
Afro apparently.
Let alone Orphe. Let alone.
Matt said James is just a bitch. Word. Okay, guess you don't like that nigga point blank. Period. All right, so let's get into the thick of it. Yes, I'm a week late. I don't give a single fuck. Let's start.
Full track for that as well, by the way.
I know I am track for that. But we get the 943 discussion ready to rock. Where do y'all want to start? There's a couple of things. Obviously, everybody wants to talk about Zoro and Sanji. We can get right into that if y'all wish to.
Nope.
Okay.
What specifically about them? Like, who are they going to fight? Or like,
I mean, who are they going to fight? Are they going to have arguments with each other?
We will most likely see the typical argument between Zoro and Sanji. We'll definitely see that. But it was very fun as always to see one of them to save somebody, because usually whenever they're on the same page, good things happen. But
I was saying on the show that I just want a real moment between them again, like similar to like Kuma, I just want them to realize that they're like brothers, especially what Sanji went through in Whole Cake Island.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's why I named the stream the Hardy Boys.
You're so nice.
Man, we can wish all this stuff. Oda ain't gonna show it this shit.
What are you talking about, them sympathizing with each other?
I'm talking about anything, man. He gonna cut away from this shit.
You are always seriously. Why are you always such a negative Nancy, my dude?
He'll give us a toast. He's not gonna.
I want to say, am I negative or am I just speaking on what
considering Oda's track record?
What tends to happen,
A little bit.
How is that negative though?
It's not. Considering Oda's track record, I mean, Oda literally could just be like, "Oh, back to the prison."
Exactly. I don't think he's going to show us a lot of their interaction, and even if they do interact, it's not going to get heavy right away. It'll get heavy
later
in a calm movie, in a calm moment. Not right now.
I was saying on the show that like we're at the point in the arc where Zoro and Sanji will get their final opponents for the arc. So whoever they fight now, they'll fight at the end.
So you're gonna get a taste of it now until they can gauge each other out, and then later on it's gonna be the end all to be on.
I think because what this 944. I looked at. I had to check out. First of all, when we seen Kid and Luffy in the cage, that was a big reveal. Oh, Kid's in the cage. Hey, we knew this. I went back 100 chapters ago when that happened, and that's when we saw Kid and Kaido's cage. I'm like, 100 chapters later, that's what Oda decided to do with Kid, to reveal him in a cage again. So I looked 100 chapters to 944, which is 844, and that chapter is Sanji versus Luffy. So I'm like, I don't want to say Zoro versus Sanji or anything like that, but I'm pretty confident that Sanji's gonna get some good action this chapter.
I mean,
he's gonna be using some flaming kicks. So.
Yeah, but okay, if you were saying Sanji versus Zoro, I'm like, this is definitely not the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say
that's
that,
what I'm
but
saying.
I just think some flaming kicks gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think anything heavy is gonna happen right now. They're in a situation where they can't afford to talk. They can't afford to banter back and forth because you got Hawkins and Drake. Kiyoshiro is there, by the way, and then you got all of these Shogun's men there as well.
Drake and Hawkins.
Like I think it's gonna be more of like it's gonna have a couple of clashes.
Exactly.
It's gonna reveal like exactly who the players are gonna be like when the actual fight does happen. Then they gonna get away some type of way.
I was saying on the show that like Zoro's gonna clash with Kirishiro and Drake's gonna clash with Hawkins Drake. And
I think it'd just be a skirmish, point blank.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you gotta remember the rest of the Straw Hats are there as well. It's not just Sanji and Zoro.
And, they tuning in too. Luffy's they on the big screen. They chilling there. They watching.
Wait, I got it. Sanji and Zoro gonna get beat up, and then out of nowhere you gonna hear and then Jimbe gonna come and smash all of them. Facts.
I would throw One Piece in the garbage if that happened. Straight up.
That's not garbage. That'll be hype.
It's garbage.
Well, they're not even fighting anyone important. Why would it matter here? It's not like they're fighting King or whatever.
King is just in the sky chilling right now. Just a UAV.
Well, it's
playing Modern Warfare 2. Enemy UAV online. He just scoping. That's all he. That's kind of weird, man. And the second we see him, not in the sky, we're gonna be like, oh, Big Mom Pirates are here now because he finally left since they can't deal with him just flying in the sky. So
yeah, that's crazy when you realize that.
The shoot at him, you know.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So my good friend C Stone Sage would like to see a wonderful figurine that was given to me. Was One Piece related. So I want y'all to say, Monkey D. Boofy because he a blood.
You got a pot?
She sent you that?
I'm definitely not playing. I'm definitely not saying that, but cool.
Monkey D. Boofy. I'm just trying to make sure I don't want to make nobody uncomfortable, you know.
Every time I see your face, I'm uncomfortable.
That's a bet. Monkey D. Boofy.
I am currently uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable at this very moment.
You said what?
You look like a whole weeb right now, dog.
You look like you just stole that from GameStop.
That's my little nigga there. I just want to derail it for a little bit, but we can get right back.
Hey, tell me why this dude looks like a whole weeb stereotype that everybody associates most black people that watch anime.
Facts.
You are the poster child for anime niggas that
don't like. It's so hard to flame me and failing so hard, my boys.
Hey.
Oh no, that shit is great.
That's alright. Stereotypes exist for a reason. I'm just gonna say that.
But yeah, so that was dope. It was lit.
But to be honest, what are they gonna do? They're completely surrounded and they have no way out. Like I wonder how they're gonna.
Sun can fly.
Cola, how many times have we seen this situation where they have no way out?
That's one of the things that really. But that's one of the things that just really upset me. Like, there's no plan. They just jump right in. We see this every single time. And Odo finds a way to get him out of it, and people are just gonna call bullshit because
they have to jump
Marco
in.
Might
of course,
Marco might pull up, flying in. You know,
They have to jump in.
That's honestly a very.
Toko was gonna get shot up. Would you rather her die or them jump in?
No. I'd rather her die straight up.
You asked the wrong person. Die every single time.
This is why the Straw Hats win. All right,
it's not even about that. It's just a matter of just like, why is it just those two?
It's not just those. Everyone else is there as well, though. Like the entire alliance is there. I don't think they're outnumbered. Like they could win this fight pretty comfortably. It's only Hawkins and Drake they have to worry about.
Hey, Usopp in the cut though. Usopp gonna start sniping fools.
Yeah, they also got Oshiro Doji there. Inuarashi.
He gonna shoot a few raisins, you know, a few
Ball
flowers.
should be there as well.
Oh, you're right. They do got Shutimaru the goon. We don't say Oshiro Doji. That's his slave name. Shutimaru, cuz.
Ashura boy.
Yeah, there's Laura there as well. So, and people that are captured. I think we got enough people to, get this done.
Actually, let's talk about Ashura boy and all the tiny scabbards.
Tiny scabbards.
Yeah, it's really.
I like that we're seeing Neko and Inuarashi there because like they always speak about them being, from Wano and all that stuff, but I like the fact that we actually got to see it, like as far as little puppy and kitten chilling, I thought that was pretty cool. And they still refuse. They love silhouetting this dude in the Komatsu. That's his name.
Yeah.
They love silhouetting him.
I don't understand why they don't.
Is he not unlocked yet? Like, have we not beat the story mode to unlock him yet? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, the thing is, we already know what animal he is. Like, what the
Why
hell?
can't they show him?
They haven't. You haven't completed the necessary requirements to unlock this character.
I want him to be a fish man. That's what I want him to be.
I think he's gonna have he might fuck around and have Mihawk eyes or something. That's why
he's
Oda ain't showing us, man. There's no point.
Bro, you've been saying Mihawk eyes for like the last year that everybody who was silhouette got them.
Hang on, the only thing we see is silhouette in their eyes. What are you talking
about? Look at Evil! Oh
no! All they show was his eyes. No, I'm kidding, but like I don't know. I don't know why we're still getting cooked from this type of stuff.
I want him to be a fishman though.
All of them at the same time. I think we're just gonna see everybody like at the same time. He's gonna use it for hype on a down chapter or a high chapter.
I mean, maybe Kawamatsu is gonna be very integral to when they actually bust out the prison. You know, then it's like, you know, it get to one of those things where it's like, oh, how we gonna get out of this? Like, hey, you know what? Free that nigga, cuz. We need him.
You're gonna get a crazy double page spread like you go for Shutemaru. So he's gonna do something with his sword, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, the hype samurai."
Yeah.
So maybe like cuts coin or whatever.
Like how we saw Drake when he pulled up with page 1, and they were in their zone.
Drake.
So he might do it. He might do it like that. Just use it for hype.
Where do you think Drake is in terms of like strength? Like
trash.
I still consider him to be top 3 in terms of Supernova right now.
He's kind of a wussy though.
I've always said it. I've always said Drake is right around Zoro's level, and I still stick by it.
I mean, we could wait till you actually fight, and then we have a clear-cut answer.
So since Drake is a virgin, I'm sure like he'd be way stronger if he let his rocks off, because you know he got all that bent up testosterone and shit. So I don't know how strong he really is, to be honest.
None of us do. How about we just wait till we actually fight, and then we can come back to that question.
Somebody earlier in the chat, somebody in the chat asked, "Is Sanji supernova level now?"
What is it? I don't know what that
means.
He was
always supernova
level. Yeah, he was always supernova level.
What
is supernova level?
He got all the sauce.
To be real, I don't think there is a supernova level, but my thing is he can bang with them. He could have banged with them. So
here's
like
the
what?
supernova level, right? Here's the supernova level, right? There's the top end, which is Blackbeard, who was a supernova. He's a yonker. That's
just Blackbeard's not a supernova.
That is the worst generation, the supernova.
It's not.
No, they're two different things.
He's not.
Do you guys not know the definition of a supernova?
Ain't worse
supernova were the 11 rookies, Cola. They were
exactly
rookies.
What he was.
He wasn't. Blackbeard was on Whitebeard's crew.
No, because you gotta remember, Blackbeard didn't have a bounty for times yet.
To be a supernova, you have to be at Shibondi and over 100 million. That's a definition.
Exactly. That's why Sanji didn't qualify.
He's not a supernova. He's the worst generation member, yes, but he's not a supernova.
Okay, I will give you that then. Oh, okay. Then the top end is Luffy.
Given how he currently has
Luffy, and then the bottom end is who would you say? Who would you say bottom?
Gang Beige.
We don't know because we haven't gauged all of them yet.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
I mean, it's not fun, but nigga, y'all be spouting head cannon like a motherfucker.
That's all the community does. What do you mean?
That's what you do in the community, not me.
Hey, I'm putting down.
You just said Jimbe was gonna come in and save Zoro and Sanji.
I'm putting the
Hey, and don't y'all know the difference between head cannon and trolling? Do you really think I was serious about that?
Of course not.
Okay, then there you go.
You love Jimbe, nigga. That ain't fair.
Yo, Jimbe's pretty good.
What you mean that ain't fair?
That ain't fair. Them niggas want to make theories. Let them make theories. You want to troll?
I didn't say that you couldn't make a theory.
Stop them fucking ass targets. Little crybaby. Anyway, I'm just messing with you. But what about Sanji's bounty is even higher than Zoro's? So why couldn't you consider?
I mean, maybe
for now.
See.
For now.
I mean, now. I don't want to hear none of that. For now, it is.
Oh yeah. Until proven otherwise, it's absolutely true.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to have to stop all of you Zoro 3 sword suckers.
The
resource.
resource.
Prove it otherwise, nigga. It's been proven.
I'm saying until
when an emperor's announced, like the whole crew should get a bounty increase, but we'll see.
I suppose so.
To be honest, here's the thing, right?
Now, again, I'm gonna hope that Silver spills his brisk all over his laptop. Anyway,
So Vergo, here's the thing, right? So if they all get a bounty increase after this arc, with everyone being on the crew, Sanji should be higher than him, right?
In theory, he should.
Depending on how big of an increase Zoro gets.
So if Zoro jumps right above him, what does that say?
Zoro's better.
It depends on the opponent.
I mean, Oda loves him.
Look, Oda loves to troll Sanji, so I can imagine Sanji pulling out the bounties like, yeah, I'm already higher than you, bitch.
Joe Hammer says Drake is not a virgin. Blackbeard getting all kinds of pussy these days. Hawkins is just gay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing.
You know, Hawkins already piped some Wano hoes. HCB, I guess this is directed towards Durson. He said, imagine believing in Jimbe. Nigga is a tuna fish sandwich.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
He muted, though. Oh, no.
Don't tell him that.
Hey, Durson, come back.
I love how you say that.
Bro, I told Durst the other day, I said Jimmy gonna come back missing a fin or some shit, bro. Like that nigga
That's right.
Hey, defend your man.
No. Jimbe's gonna come back.
Hey, y'all see that picture of Jimbe literally like a fried fish stick? Hey guys, I'm back. Oh my god.
Literally
It actually looks good. It's hilarious.
Watch that occur bring the rest of the enraged army back to Wano, and he's got Jimbe on his stick, dog. It's over.
That's bogus, bro.
Why do people want to say this like stuff about Jimbe though? Because it's beyond creditless. Like we know he's going to be the helmsman. We know.
I don't know.
The guaranteed thing. Like, like if we're going to talk about.
So y'all wait till a nigga mute. They want to talk some shit. Go ahead, give them facts, Sage.
No, we can talk about the fact that when he sat in that chair, you can literally see it was made for him. Oda has been planning Jimbe to be the helmsman for however long. And you're going to doubt it. Like, what?
Facts.
No.
Hey, wait. And for the nigga that was talking about some tuna fish, my nigga, you just mad. That's how your girl vagina smell.
Oh my god! Whoever
said something about fried fish, hey my nigga, what's some deodorant? Because that's how you spelling it. Is how that sound, my nigga. Fuck out of here, cuz. I'm back. What's happening?
He didn't see the picture. That's why he's saying that.
Huh? See the picture of what, nigga? You looked in the mirror lately? Oh, I guess not.
Hey,
damn, so she getting real.
For your records, that was
y'all gotta see that picture. That picture's hilarious.
Say what?
That was HCB time that said that.
Who? Some creditless nigga, somebody who don't matter. Okay, let's continue.
I like telling them like
a nigga talking junk about Jimbe trying to get a rise out of me, but who he watching right now?
I mean, he got a rise out of you, so.
Okay.
That's a big bet. And Leo Messi said, fried fish smells good. Jimbe is raw fish, so Jimbe smell bad.
Nigga, sushi is popular as hell, my nigga.
Fresh raw fish doesn't smell.
Hey, Durst, I think the chat turning against you, dog.
I don't give a damn. They can turn against these nuts. What you mean?
His camera lagging and shit. I like how his camera lagging, but his voice ain't lagging at all. Like
Leo Messi said Jimbe's gonna be the food reserve after Wano. Kaiko Jean said emergency food was first shadow after Drum Island.
Hey, tell them to show me the panels.
That's the bet.
Do they got the panels? If not, then everybody says creditless.
Hey, Darcy.
What's happening?
Where you rank Jimbe on the crew? Like, you see how Sanji and Zoro just got back together, so where Jimbe at?
He's number 2.
He number 2?
Oh, hell nah.
Yeah.
He number 2.
Here's the thing. Sanji and Zoro are set up to surpass him eventually, but right now, they'll put both of them niggas on the shirt.
That's a bet.
They surpassed his ass a minute ago. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
it was still a
the only
competition
one.
between Sanji and Jimbe, but when he put that raid suit on, whoop, boom, once he trails back.
It's all nothing.
We ain't seen it.
We haven't seen Zoro and Sanji do anything, and Jinbei's fighting Big Mom, so we have to go with Jimbe.
And the raid suit, we really didn't have an accurate depiction of how much stronger it is, because he just fought around somebody.
That was a huge depiction. He could turn invisible.
He can turn invisible,
and that's the durability.
What does that mean?
Those are huge.
Why are we having this discussion? I indicate that they gave him.
Jimbe literally can't even see Sanji right now.
Hold on, chat. I saw Sanji and Luffy get right with a bitch and she didn't move. I saw Jimbe say, "Fat bitch, get off my ship."
Wait. You gotta do it right. He ain't do that. First, he hit it with the Ipunzu, and he said, "Good thing, get out there." There we go.
That's cool and all, but then 5 seconds later, she was back on the ship.
That's fine.
That's not fine.
It is fine.
That's not fine.
It is fine.
Hey, that big bitch said that nonsense. What the hell was that?
It's like when the Vin Smoke kicked her and she's like, "Oh, this tickles a little bit." Like, no, that's not fine.
It is different.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
All right, so in the chat, Ellis Afro said he got his mouth full of fish dick. Bet.
Mouth full of fish dick.
Okay, next.
Joe Hammer said he's number 5 in the crew, y'all. Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. Oh, hey, you can go ahead and skip. You can skip past him.
That ain't too bad.
All right, so next.
Zoro mid divs Jimbe, incorrect.
No. Please.
That's facts.
Hey, to the wait.
Who was
Let me ask this one person something. Let me ask that person something. So the person that said that Zoro missed them, how does he block Fishman Karate? With his swords, how does he block it? How?
He can't.
Do you know how Fishman Karate works, right?
He's not in the call. He can't respond.
No. That was Young Giant. Young Giant said that.
Young who? Young Giant?
Young Giant.
How does he block Fishman Karate? Oh, wait.
Oh, Young Giant. Okay.
You can't cut it.
Magma Fist in Marineford, right? Like,
yeah.
What do people have been talking about?
And we definitely read a Vivid card that said that Kaido got the strongest DC at first.
That is fact.
That's all I'm saying. I know my man. He palmed that shit like a basketball.
Cognac from Big Mom.
And Shanks blocked it easily with his sword. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. He said, "How does Jimbe block Kishi's own sword?"
This guy's two words. Shark Skin, my nigga.
Hey, Vergo, you gotta change the name of the stream to the Almighty Jimbe.
The Almighty.
We gotta change the stream name, man.
If he can block Cognac, he can block Zoro.
Exactly.
Let's see.
But I answered his question, but he still ain't answered mine though. How does he block it, guy?
Yeah, answer that question.
He died, by the way.
Yeah, answer it. Zoro just a bit Zoro. Okay, that's
Sorry.
So he said Zoro's a bit stronger than Kamazu the top.
I mean, Zoro got one shot, so you know.
TOS said, I don't know why they keep firing you though.
I don't know, man. Like I ain't got all the arguments for Jimbe. I studied this man.
Buddy look like a Simpson character. I think he might be referring to you.
Why do people hate Jimbe?
Hey. I like the Simpsons character. That's what I get Bart all the time.
Hey, Thurston, hold on, Thurston.
I get Bart all the time, cuz that's cool.
Thurston, hold on, bro. Chat, why are y'all coming at Thurston like this? Y'all ain't never acted like this before.
Hey, that's fine, my nigga. I'm ready.
Some niggas in the
You
chat.
know why? Hey, you know why? I tell you exactly why. Because that nigga started shitting on Sanji and Zoro, and niggas don't like that shit, bro. You already know what's gonna happen, bro. Niggas don't like that shit.
But I wasn't shitting on niggas though.
Like these niggas like have a vendetta against you right now.
Hey, that's fine.
You said, hey, Darcy, you said Jimbe put both of them niggas on the shirt, bro. That's shitting on them, bro.
That's not shitting on them. This is facts.
Man, I don't know about all that, bro.
Nah, the reason people want to come after me is called clout chasing right now, man.
Hey, look, I don't even like Sanji, but that's still kind of fucked up, bro. Like,
it's all cool. It's all cool. Vergo, if they want to clout chase right now.
Hey, Sandy over here battling in the chat.
See, Sage know what's up.
Young Giant said Zoro can take any hit from Jimbe, highest durability in the crew. Maybe after Luffy.
Hey, durability doesn't matter when you're using moisture inside the body, my nigga. We seen, look. Wait. Big Mom is the quote-unquote iron balloon. But that shit went right through her ass, cuz. It don't mean nothing how durable you are if it go right through you, if it's inside your body. Do you not know that Fishman Karate is the most broken fighting style in this game?
Here comes Matt. Matt said Jimbe can't defeat Sanji or Zoro. What?
All I know is Jimbe did hit the big bitch, but she straight up shrugged it off like
that's facts, Matt B.
She did. She did. Nothing.
I mean, yeah, she'll do that to anybody, though, bro. She'll do that to
Hey, Sage, don't type
anybody, bro. So,
hey, hold on, Sage. Don't say it. Don't type it. Just say it.
Yeah, well, everyone's really loud, and I'm not really loud.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
I've heard you hockey up before.
I was gonna say hockey upstage. Come on now.
All right, so my thing is that people are really shitting on Jimbe, which is fine and all because I'm fucking used to it. But at the same point in time, it's like he was never a warlord. It's like he never did anything to Big Mom. It's like Vagabond Drill never happened. Yeah. And it's actually ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying, because to me, I think that Sanji, Zoro, and Jimbe make their own trio, and then Luffy is their captain. That's that's my interpretation.
I can dig that.
The concept of that seems wild to people. The concept that we might have somebody join the crew that could take on, you know, Sanji and Zoro and make it a high diff is wild to people, which is ridiculous. Why is that a problem?
Let me have the rational. Let me have the floor.
Go ahead, bro.
So here's the rational response to that. We are talking about a character, right, Jimbe, who's incredibly powerful, but we see Luffy as being one of the only characters that really just like garnishes respect, as well as seemingly is on the same level as he is, having fought people of that same level, right? His two subordinates, who are the closest to him on his crew, have gotten significantly stronger. And even though Jimbe did start at that level from the series, I don't know if you can say he's been improving throughout the series as well as the same level of these guys, where we can say these guys are improving to get to that level and have
and that's what I said earlier when I first started. I said that they are set up to be stronger than him. Like they are going to be stronger. They're going to surpass him. But as it stands right now, I don't think they're there yet. They're almost there. Like definitely high diff for everything.
That's why I said it'd be high diff, bro. I didn't say that they would just get washed, and I didn't say they would watch. I said it would be high diff, bro. Anybody say otherwise, you're retarded.
Like and Sage, the thing is, I'm saying they're on his level now because that's the thing.
Yes, on his level, the same thing of like they will fight with him to high diff, but I think he will win. They're definitely on his level. Like I'm not saying he's leagues above them.
Yeah,
that'll be stupid.
Opinion. I'm not shitting on Jimbe. Jimbe is one of the stronger characters in the series. I'm just saying, giving clout to the characters that we're talking about that are going against him, saying they could fight him and beat him.
I don't think it's that people hate Jimbe. Like at least when it comes to this this train just now, it's more of a that there's so much hate that people got to come in with the slander. You know what I mean? If I put up somebody, then obviously the other head gonna start slandering.
This is what I want to say before Cola. It's not that they hate Jimbe because it ain't much bad you can say about him. Notice the only thing that they say about Jimbe is memes and whatever ambiguity of why he's not there right now. They can't say nothing else bad about this man. They all got to talk about what happened in the whole cake and do funny fish memes. That's all they got.
I actually like his portrayal in Whole Cake though, bro. Like I don't even know what they say about Whole Cake, bro.
Whole Cake is fire. Yeah. And it's talking about what the consequences of Whole Cake happened to Jimbe. That's all they got to talk shit about him. It's some made up stuff that we don't even know to make a joke. It's not even like they don't got any facts.
You know what's funny though? When Vergo was talking about how how Jimbe's a clout chaser.
Oh my god! So there
was some credence to it. That's all I'm saying.
In a rational conversation, we are saying they're on the same level, and it's just a matter of who wins at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and we don't know
exactly.
Correct.
No one knows.
Yo, Virgo, I'm gonna go ahead and dip and let someone else do it, but y'all have a good one.
All right,
Yeah, you too, man.
Peace.
Out with the old and with the new. All these old heads is getting passed up like that, man. Y'all got to stop clinging to these old heads, man.
I mean, there's a reason.
Your boy Young Giant. Your boy Young Giant
with that man.
What's up? Giant says Jimbe was even the pre-time skip ace. LOL.
Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy over Jimbe.
Jimbe was equal to pre-time skip ace. LOL.
But people disregard Ace like he wasn't strong as shit himself. Like what?
Hey, look, all I got to say is, goddamn, he said it was equal to pre-time Ace. Jimbe caught a Kaido's punch and Ace got fisted by it. So I don't know if that's a good or not. Like, that's all I'm saying. On land, that's all I'm saying. One nigga caught it, the other nigga got fisted.
You could have not Big Mom off the ship too. LMA, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Fire Fist.
You say Zoro coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Strong Gun didn't even move Big Mom.
Yeah, that's what Eric said. Eric said could have isn't doing.
Like what has Sanji done to even push that idea? That
I mean,
he could knock over
I've seen
shit.
Sanji do some similar stuff. He kicked he kick like a whole building in Thurla Bark.
I mean, he kicked Wild Tsumi and way bigger than Jimbe. So I mean, and he sent him away. So
Sanji's done things that are similar.
I know. I'm talking about Sanji's kick though, not Jimbe's punch.
Yeah, it's falling down.
Yeah, you got to give respect to Sanji, even though he's a truck bag. Like he does. This
Oh
shit.
my god.
God damn, bro.
I'm saying.
Sanji getting rich now. Y'all gotta chill out.
I'm waiting for him to fight somebody and actually get a W in a fight, not in just a clash on some dumb shit. Okay, that's basically what Oda wants to do. Just keep clashing people.
Like Ace's chest.
I'm not making excuses for Oda, but like when there's a fight, it has to end. Like, is somebody just gonna take the L, or somebody just gonna die, or how's it gonna get stopped? You know,
just so somebody got knocked out.
Played over you. I did. Oh, okay.
He never wants to do it. Like he doesn't want to tell us that. Oh, he got knocked out in a fight. Like what? Like just let us know he fought and lost. We are okay.
But damn, we went on a bit of a Jimbe tangent.
Yeah, we went on a long
nigga want to talk out the side of their neck.
That was
he said he knocked the fucking anorexic Big Mom off the ship.
Okay, and
was smaller than her.
Can we get back to the chapter?
We definitely gotta change the name of the stream.
Can we get back to the chapter, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, are we gonna talk about the next chapter or this?
So when y'all think Jimbe popping up on Wano?
9:43.
I don't care about Jimbe.
I thought it was interesting seeing everybody's reaction to the death of Yasui, especially Ashura Doji, because he seems like he's had a revelation here.
I agree with that.
It looks
I think
like
you use the word revelation too much.
He's still looking.
These characters that were not adamant about the support for the cause are gonna immediately just jump on and be like, "We're ready to fight," and if this is how it's gonna be, and this is the legit part. We just lost a legend in our time. We're gonna jump into this.
Yeah, but he's still gonna need someone to actually follow.
Let me say this.
It doesn't fix the problem that he has.
Yeah, because he still doesn't trust
about this.
He doesn't trust Kinemon and them because they left for 20 years.
Also, he's like, I need a strong samurai to follow.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah,
right. That's
So
facts.
check this out. So I'm kind of conflicted about this whole thing with him dying because we see like from the characters inside the actual story that he holds some type of significant weight or whatever. But as a reader, did we really have that? Like, as a reader, do we really give a fuck about this guy?
Yeah, that's the thing. No one really.
It was forced on us. But this was supposed to be that so that we like him a little bit more. You know what I mean? But it was just forced on us. Just a regular dude just hugging on Zoro.
I know this.
Yeah, it wasn't like with Pedro, where Pedro, we actually got to, fuck with him for a little bit. We had to be trying to build, like, okay, I kind of like him, but it was just
I'm gonna put this out there. Every time I saw his face, I always thought he was Orochi. Like, to be honest.
Yeah, bro. I thought he was painted, but I was wrong.
I was just like, this is Orochi in disguise. Why are we not seeing this? This dude's about to double cross the fuck out of us.
Or just put a kind of a cross on his
back. Y'all think anybody gonna try to attack Orochi, bro, or no?
If they do, they're probably gonna lose. I think Orochi's secretly strong. That's just me.
That's what I was thinking too, bro. I think the same shit, but I don't want to sound stupid and say that and this that.
Bro, who cares, bro?
I think the only way that Orochi has any type of
he's got it. I was
There's
saying
only
this
one
like
way to get an answer, and that's to ask the question, Sarge.
I think Kinemon's gonna fight Orochi at the end, but that's about it. Like I don't think he's that strong.
Well,
we've only seen three.
He's got his hyper.
We've only seen three mythical fruits, so like I think he's pretty strong, like off the rip, like right off the jump, because he has this mythical fruit, and it's not
Also,
a smile;
like-
it's a real mythical fruit. So,
And if you believe that like mythical zones have hybrids, because there's like people that think they don't. Like if you think he has a hybrid, then it's like he's gonna get even more strong.
I mean, I don't know if his hybrid's gonna be like cool. Or is he gonna have like 8 heads?
Or even necessary.
You're gonna have human legs and 8 heads? Like what?
I mean, it all depends on what Oda does.
That sounds terrible.
He's a giant snake with 8 heads, and Kinemon has a fire technique with his swords. So I think that matches up with the Hydra myth.
maybe Orochi can shoot fireballs or something.
That's what I'm saying.
We've seen Kaido shoot laser beams and shit.
Everyone has fire abilities now.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna make him into a dragon or he's gonna make him into a legitimate snake.
Hold on, let's keep it a buck. Who can't shoot fire? Hold'em's fucking lion could.
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't know why
I'm not saying it as in he could have fire. Oh my god, fire. I'm saying as these mythical things, devil fruits have these side perks like healing, like turning into people, Divine Katarina.
I think it's
they have these side perks. He could have a sweet side perk of his mythical fruit.
Yeah, if he's to have a side perk, for me, the one that would make sense would probably be poison, because the Hydras and the Gorgons were poisonous and things, weren't they?
Like Whitebeard, he can cause earthquakes, but guess what? He can cause tsunamis too.
He's an Orochi, so it's a little bit different, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, the real Orochi got as large as 8 valleys. So
I mean, if you got the fruit, though, you got the fruit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That might be why it'll take the so-called 9 Scabbards to beat him. Because if he actually gets as big as 9 valleys, then we're gonna have an actual problem on our hands. If not, then we'll see what Oda does with it. I mean, it's fun to speculate though. He could be 8 heads or 7 heads that develop legs.
Yeah, we did get his fruit. It's a snake fruit.
It's a snake, yeah. So,
what did people think about the fact that it was confirmed in this chapter that Kaido doesn't have the strongest pirate crew in the world?
Well,
I think
the official kind of clears it up. It says in history, so it might be.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, he wants to ship stronger than the Rocks or stronger than Roger. So
I think for the most part, it's kind of just like that. Like Big Mom, I want the giants, and then I'll be the strongest. I want all smiles, and I'll be the strongest. And then
all the emperors.
It's just kind of give and take. They're all still battling for it.
You know who's not looking for stronger people? Shanks.
Yeah, because that's who people are trying to beat.
I mean, his last
he already said.
Have y'all not realized that Blackbeard's the number 1? Like, I don't know what's going on with y'all.
Oh no.
I mean, Blackbeard got some pink beards. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about number 1, my guy.
He got a few pink beards up there.
Yeah, I mean, he has.
We don't.
Beard, so.
Nah, for real, we don't know how Blackbeard's goons are. We know the other goons. We don't know Blackbeard's goons. It's foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Kaido has the best goon.
And guess what? And if they had Germa, I mean, but then they wouldn't have the Germa soldiers. But still,
Why is everyone complaining about Kaido being like having a shitty crew when he's got like?
It's not even that he has a shitty crew.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because they have a small user that can only go side to side, and they got Hippo Man. That's why. Some of these guys are super trash.
Hey, but that elephant guy that shot Luffy, he was able to knock Luffy back for a second, like for a father. That's a pretty good feat.
Hey, Mondor trapped Luffy in a boat. A lot of people can,
but Mondor is apparently quite strong, isn't he?
Yeah, Mondor is broken.
The Cream Brothers tag team Luffy.
Baby. Cream Punch.
I think if Big Mom's crew and Kaido's crew would have fight without like the 2 captains, I think
we see Kaido sweaty about Big Mom's children, so
I don't know. EOS depends on if Jack is there or not.
I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody would be sweaty about Big Mom's children. Their devil fruit powers are pretty doggone.
It's like
impressive.
It's a lot of versatility.
Did he bring her breath with her as well?
A lot of situational powers at their disposal.
Exactly.
Whereas Kaido's crew is just like the muscle. Like we just got
you
muscle.
can be the strongest crew in this world. You still gonna be like wary around Big Mom's crew.
Exactly.
Like,
It's all
regardless.
situational.
Their
It's
siblings,
Yeah,
like
considering they're a Yonko
their synergy
crew,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
Exactly.
All the way off, Silvers.
what
exactly,
happened?
because
No, Virgo, what you say?
Said there's synergy, right?
Yeah.
It's all the way off.
Go down to
I think the other thing that I've seen from Big Mom's crew that definitely seems to be a little bit like more together than in Kaido's is their communication and information. So the territorial sea slug network that they had, you know, like having spies like putting out at the lower points in the islands to make sure that they picked up when the Straw Hats got there. Like, you know, there was a lot of very detailed kind of communication between all of the different siblings.
I mean, the problem,
Big Mom, and that doesn't
problem
seem
with
to
all
be
these
that same level on
crews
Kaido's crew.
is that they'll all betray them.
And now you walk
Like
away.
no one trusts their captain on these crews. So,
Yeah, and
like,
Virgo,
fuck Big Mom.
It's just
that's
the
what-
runs that are like that.
Hey Virgo, that's what I mean. And like
rookies and shit.
in a fight, I feel like Big Mom's crew can work together a lot better than the lackeys that Kaido has. Like
They're
look
family,
at what
right?
look at what the enraged army did together. I'm not saying like what they did to Luffy overall. I'm just saying look how well they worked together.
No, they were in sync.
Yeah.
You know what I wonder? I wonder how does Whitebeard's crew at Marineford, like his crew at Marineford, not Teach, you know, not Blackbeard or Ace, or including Ace, fare against like the other Yonko commanders at that time, like the crew versus crew top 10.
I mean,
fighting
who's the strongest person Oven's gonna be on Whitebeard's crew? Like Speed Juru, like who?
Lightning the guy.
Oven don't want nothing with Speed Juru, bro.
No, just crew, no allies. Because again, if you look at, I know this is Blackbeard's crew, but like they got obliterated, you know.
I mean, but you also got to look at where they were showcased in the series, and looking at all of the things that we know about, you know, the power scaling now, and where Big Mom and Kaido
by Blackbeard's crew, though. I guess because they didn't have an emperor on their side, but
Silvers, I'm pretty sure most people would say that Whitebeard's crew got it, but like I don't know, them other crews, they got like Whitebeard's crew got fucked up at Marineford.
Yeah,
it was an uphill battle the whole time. Like it was bad. Like
that's what I'm saying. Looking at where they were showcased in the series, if you were to put the Marineford arc,
he could just clap his hands, soldiers.
If you were to put the Marineford arc as it like in the story now, I guarantee they would be working together a lot better than what we saw. The showcase of Whitebeard's crew would be a whole lot better if Marineford were to take place today, rather than
because we got cut from observation, just a bunch of shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like even Mihawk, you know, like just everybody could only show so much.
Even with the stuff that Mihawk showed at Marineford, if you think about what he did at Marineford and then go back to the Baratier fight against Zoro, he could have did so much worse to Zoro than what actually happened.
Oh, easily.
Hey, imagine if, you know how Whitebeard stabbed Aokiji, made the hole in the stomach, you know? Imagine if we got the future sight audio cue when that happened. Zero?
Oh, you mean like the little...
Yeah, like...
That'd have been wild as fuck. Yeah, bro. Let's see what the chat's got going on. They've been saying quite a bit since this conversation started. Let's see.
Hey, yo, so I don't know one thing I want to talk about in the chat, if you don't mind. Did you feel like the whole explanation about the smiles was like kind of akin to how Rosa had like the toys? Like it seems cool on top, but it's really like a sinister vibe underneath.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's all in our face. It's crazy. You know, sad, hence, you know, not smiling, you know, sad, smile. Hey, they're smile. It's as simple as that. They smile, and what the hell?
I mean, I thought it was just a fucked up situation all around.
No,
you got Caesar working on the.
What Dustin is saying is that those situations are synonymous because everything seems good to the outside. Oh, just Rosa, a city of passion, love. But deep down, you got all these slaves in the underground coliseum. You got all these toys that used to have loved ones that are turned into toys. And then over here, you got all these people that are smiling, but they're really fucking miserable.
I mean, we kind of already knew.
We already knew that they were miserable.
I think that's kind of like
but we didn't know. We didn't know that was forced upon them, though. We thought that it was a conscious choice.
We didn't know they were forced to smile.
Yeah, it was a
even
fucked
during
up
the bad
situation
time.
that we just found out was even more fucked up. And Dressrosa,
know,
we
but
thought it
that's
was a
not-
happy
and this is what I'm
scenario
saying.
that got
It's
turned
cool
upside
that
down.
Those are like those are kind of like synonymous.
Yeah, I guess I can see the connection. Yeah.
Yeah, but Oda still hasn't explained why the food supply is still poison. I don't think he still hasn't explained that.
10%? That's pretty damn
I mean,
low. That means
what was
all these
cool-
people running around looking pretty retarded like Hippo Man got the good fruits, bro.
Yeah.
What's
10%
more
win rate.
interesting to me is that if they're the 10% and we have what, let's say 20 to 30 of them, that means that there's like 200 to 300 pleasurers already.
Out of all
and
of
that's
those,
not counting the waiters.
Out of all of the people, out of that entire like, you know, the gifters, I feel like the best one that we've seen so far has to be Sheep's Head.
Easy, 100%.
Really?
You know, more people are starting to say that.
But
It has to be Sheep's Head.
his body was the least fucked up, and he had to have decent control over it.
And she
But
said
that's a question that I've been asking around about. Do you think that they're permanent, like the gifters are permanently warped, or do they have the choice of transforming in between? Because in Zoe, all of the gifters that we saw had like they were morphing in and out of their fucked up transformations. Some guy had a pack of wolf heads coming out of his arm, but transformed back.
Someone had the squid arm going crazy.
Yeah, Sheep's Head had the horns come out of his hands, but when we get to Wano, everybody is like just permanently fucked.
Hey Virgo, fuck the Bucks. Where they at?
Get the fuck out of this room, you fucking pussy.
Where they at? Where they at?
I hate
Why he
this
just come for him is
They
like
say Bucks make the finals. Where they at, though?
Where are they?
Hey, did y'all notice Panda Man in there though?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that was clear as day.
So is Panda Man a mink or is he a gifter?
He's a god.
This nigga right
He's
here.
Whoever said he's a god, that was the right answer.
That's right.
He's Loki. He's a Loki of the
Low different Whitebeard.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm literally getting ready to head out to go watch the game because my team, my city's in the finals. I don't know about yours.
Oh my god.
Are you a Canadian?
Let this make belief in the chat.
I don't know about you.
Congratulate you on being the next contestant on who's getting slaughtered in the finals.
All I hear is a bunch of teams that are not in the finals. That's all I hear. All I hear.
All I'm hearing is polite. All I'm hearing is a polite
How many
tone.
franchises your franchise won, sir?
Yeah, that's all I hear as well.
Hey man, it could about to be one. What's up?
It's zero. You can say one. It's still
It's
zero.
about to be one.
It's still zero.
Nah, it's one.
Exactly. Don't talk about my franchise.
It's on hold. It's on hold.
So how about the
club about to pick that up, snatch, and then we're about to be trash because you're leaving.
Hey yo, I'm gonna talk to you later.
JD, hold on. JD Legend in the chat said, "Let this nigga know the Toronto Raptors about to get swept." Bet.
So put money on.
He is not getting swept. Chill out.
When people like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is.
Don't sleep with Kawhi like that.
They don't put the money up though.
I respect Kawhi enough to say
the stream again, but that's fine.
But yeah, what we talking about though? My bad. One Piece.
We're talking about 943, and we were talking about the smile fruits and how they're affecting the people of the leftover time.
I mean, to be honest, it's not really that big of a bad thing to me. Like, I mean, it's a bad
people
thing.
Not like it?
I'm so indifferent to this kind of thing that it's just like, bro, it's so like.
I think Virgo. I was in your stream when I first even heard the possibility of that being a thing.
Yep.
And initially, I didn't hate it. I just dismissed it. I just didn't believe it. I think it was a stream with Toby. I did not like it. But then it's one of those things where when it happened. I actually thought it was really well explained. And in hindsight, all the clues were there.
Yeah,
so I didn't have any issue. I was like, all right, you got it.
He set up very well.
Yeah, from a while ago.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But I could understand someone being a little indifferent, not caring, or not liking.
You guys don't many metaphors.
I got future sight.
I
got future sight.
I got what? Oh, yeah, future sight. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You've been training.
I know it was a bad joke, so it's like.
Hey, Virgo. What's my name? Hey, Virgo. What's my name?
Huh?
You know what my name is. What's my name?
I'm a
Exactly.
No, not Leonard.
Nah, he knows what my name is.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy, by the way.
What's my motherfucking name? Yes, Cola. What's your name?
Yeah, you know my name's Katakuri, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
you know what my name is.
Yeah, ever tried that mochi cola?
Oh
man.
Hemmings, I know you're gonna get out of here soon, so I want to get your quick take on what's about the chapter.
I liked it a lot, actually. I enjoyed it. First of all,
okay.
These are some quality takes. Continue.
On the last page, if you look at the top right, you're gonna see a guy named Drake. But beside him, you're gonna see the
my god,
Hawkins just looking raw in the
Did you just say top right?
Drake. I don't know what side he was on, left or right. I think left, maybe.
It's bottom left. Bottom left.
But
who would win, Drake or Hawkins?
See my boy there, just looking clean, and that's all I needed for a 10 out of 10 chapter. But honestly though, the thing that I liked about it was when they went back to the past and you got to see how they were tied to Yasu, and he's like, "You guys are stupid and uneducated, and you can't be samurai like this. Go fix up." And then they came, and all those guys became like the Scabbards and whatnot. So that was cool. And obviously the way that Zoro and Sanji reunited, awesome. I couldn't think of a better way to do that almost. And like I will laugh at the first thing Sanji says is my bounty is higher than yours. And Zoro gets mad. They're probably gonna fight each other. But like also, when they fight against an enemy, but they're also fighting against each other, they're gonna do that thing. So I'm like, it's been such a long time since I've seen it, so I'm very excited. So I enjoyed the chapter thoroughly. It was good.
Yeah. Also, thank you for that hot take, Hemmings. Also, shout out to the 60 folks watching. Y'all are dope. Fucks with y'all. Ironheart says
it's just me on my 60 different computers. That's all.
That's a bet.
Yeah.
Ironheart says ban.
I'm in the classroom right now.
So when Ironheart says ban this guy, I'm assuming he's talking to Hemmings.
Bandit guy?
Ban this guy.
Ban this guy.
Oh, he's on about the ABDCE person that's in your chat.
Yeah, him and Ironheart.
I'm so lost.
I like HCDE, man. He's a loyal.
Yeah, he's saying that Katakuri is trash, which I don't disagree.
I fight with him. Okay, Ironheart, I got you, bro.
Whoa. Did he just say a Katakuri is trash?
He did. Absolutely has a lot of hot takes.
I don't want to hijack your stream, but this dude is straight doo-doo butter.
Say what you got.
Doo-doo butter.
All I'm saying is, for a character that's only supposed to be in there for one arc, has left one of the biggest impacts for a single character we've seen in a long time. So don't fuck. But hey, do you want to talk about Future Sight and how much niggas still talk about Future Sight EOS, or do you think that doesn't happen every day?
Okay.
Shut your mouth. So by the way, he's left an impact in the story that has not been heard of.
Even Katakuri design is still badass, bro. Even
yeah.
Go back
So until proven otherwise,
he killing the Calamity.
Design. Hey, hold on, Kohler. Durston had his moment to fight the chat. I think it's currently Kohler's.
Hey, bring it on.
Everybody says Katakuri is a trash character, but nobody like everybody loves him.
Hold up. So ABCDE he's a long-time stream watcher. I call him Absidy. He said, "Cola, yeah, fight me," and then he said,
"Future Sight is overhyped." I feel that.
Future Sight is overhyped, and then he said, "Dude never fought anybody strong."
Wait, what? Oh, I can't. I disagree with that. Hold on.
So again, for a character who has
wait, I'm sorry, Cola. Where you going? One last thing, and then he said, "Kata's design looks like a tranny." Go ahead.
Yo.
Anyways, so ignoring that stupid shit. The man is literally a billion-dollar man. We know this. When Jack showed up, niggas were hyping up Jack off top for seeing his dumbass, and still hyping up that nigga.
Whoa.
Eris, not to disrespect your mans, but people still hype up that nigga for being $1 billion man, surviving a hit from the fucking elephant, and still show up in like this dude is one of the strongest people we've seen in a while. So when another dude who's $1 billion man fights the main character, puts up one of the better fights against that main character, and even does some things the main character still cannot do.
Yeah.
Why is it crazy for me to say that dude ain't badass?
And that's cool, right? But
Why would you say he's overhyped then if he does all that?
I remember
he's not overhyped, bro. How's he overhyped when you got a nigga like Sabo that's 600 million that can still tangle with an Admiral, bro? Like he's right where he's supposed to be at, bro. Like niggas just hate.
I think he's overhyped, but I don't like his character as a person. Like,
Joe Hammer said,
character, but you still gotta give respect to what the hell he is.
Right, but you said he was trash. I think he meant as a character.
Hold on. The chat is exploding right now.
No.
Let me read
that nigga probably meant exactly what he said.
Yeah, you said he's trash, and his character is definitely trash. Like,
hold on, y'all. The thread is going crazy. I don't have super chat, so I can't read what they're saying, but so I'm gonna read it from what I see.
Super chats?
Leo Messi said, "Put that future sight in your mouth." I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
You know exactly what that means.
Joe, hold on, man. Joe Hammer said, "Anel left a bigger impact than Cat." Wow.
Oh, that's a fact.
Damn.
That's funny you say that. He does have a massive impact, but guess what? Another dude came in and stole the show. That's exactly what he did.
Let's see. Young Obama said, "Cat told a kid to come back and beat up his mom." Oh, hey, this is kind of funny, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I have no response.
Let's see. Someone said best fight post time skip. Young Giant said that. Hey Hunter said, "Why does man Cole like he wears black forces and raw vending machines?" Oh my god.
He hasn't seen me. Vergo seen me. Vergo knows me.
Why does nigga Cola locked up right now? He just taking a picture and shit from inside.
Hey, that was in Australia, dog. Is there a problem?
No, I see it. I know where you're at.
Cola, this is to you directly. He said, "It's the fact that Katakuri fanboys overhype him. Some dudes legit think he can beat Kizaru."
Okay, okay, then we can have a conversation. That's to a different
conversation.
If we're talking about who can beat, then it's a matter of, okay, what are the characters? You said Kizaru.
What is that?
He beat no Admiral, bro.
I would never say that unless the circumstances matchups would have to dictate exactly who he's fighting. I don't know who Greenbow is.
That's true as a bitch, Cola.
I know Kizaru, and not necessarily would say that, but I would say Cat can put him to a high mid to high diff fight.
No, mid. It's a mid.
Nah, it's not.
Let's see. Shake W said, "Cola like a skinny Master J."
Yeah, don't know. Why do they roast you like Nicola?
That's a funny one because they don't even know what I look like fully, so it's okay. Vergo knows.
You're not skinny.
So Vergo knows how you look fully.
Yeah.
Is this true, Vergo?
I said no homo.
No,
King One said Katakuri is Luffy's master out here.
Luffy's master. I guess he did teach him some shit.
King One said he can beat Kizaru.
Why do people say that? Why do you think
Katakuri's still wearing the hat, right?
Okay, so EOS, let's have that conversation. Can Katakuri beat Kizaru?
I don't know. Fuji.
No.
Hell no.
I would say no, only because experience. He's way older than he is. He's been in fights, and his devil fruit is better. However, his level of skill with hockey is different, and
don't know.
I would say he's just better than.
Why do you say that though?
Only because that I don't know if Kizaru can use.
You see the same thing about Aokiji?
I've barely seen his armament.
What about Aokiji and Akainu?
Akainu Aokiji for some reason are considered.
No, but you haven't seen like hockey for real, especially not Akainu.
Again, I don't know. Again,
oh my god, Cola, you gonna like this one? So Cola, Draco just pulled up.
Oh, he put up with the Draco.
Draco said, "Bro, Katakuri is trash. Kizaru low diff, no fucking way. Who is this creditless ass nigga? Who
Okay,
is?
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Right? You're talking about a dude who has future sight that cannot be easily hit, and then you're talking about a guy who routinely depends on sneaking dudes.
Who?
That's exactly what Kizaru
Kizaru
does.
does not depend on sneaking somebody.
That's exactly what he does, though.
No, he does not.
Yeah, Kizaru's kind of like Sanji, bro. He is.
Oh no!
He does, though. I saw a fight that was going on at Marineford, and that's all he was doing.
No, he was not.
What?
You gonna bring up the Whitebeard thing?
That's exactly what he did to Whitebeard. He snuck Whitebeard.
No, that's not sneaking. Whitebeard fighting everyone. If it's a 1v100,
hold on.
fighting everybody there, and I punch you. How am I sneaking you?
So he did not sneak Whitebeard.
No.
Okay.
I hate when people say that. Whitebeard was versing everybody in Marineford. It's not sneaking if I'm versing everybody.
Okay.
What? That's like I'm shooting you with cannonballs. You saying yo, you sneaking me because I didn't expect you to shoot cannonballs.
You're
everybody here. Like,
he goes straight up in front of him and said, "I'm coming for you," and attack him. Was that what?
So let me ask you something, right?
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you, nigga.
I think what EOS is saying is you can't sneak anybody in a war. Is that correct?
That's exactly what he's saying.
That's incorrect as fuck.
That's exactly what he's saying, though.
What do you mean?
You can't sneak
You
people
can
in
definitely sneak somebody in a war.
But Whitebeard's whole purpose, and he told this to Luffy. I said, I will take on all this. Just you go to the tower. So he was ready to verse everybody. I started saying, if I'm shooting, like the people who were shooting him with cannons were sneaking him.
So EOS, let me ask you something.
The people shooting him with cannons sneaking him.
I'm gonna describe the situation.
I have a general answer for this. Don't drop your guard.
So,
that's a
let me give you a synopsis from what EOS is saying. He is saying that Kizaru was noticed by Whitebeard from top and immediately and still went up and attacked him. Whitebeard knew he was there, but he did not.
That's not at all what he said.
He just, exactly what he said.
Oh no!
You see how they trying to twist my words?
That's why I'm laughing. You did not say any of that.
But I mean, if we're looking from the vantage point of the story, that's exactly what he did. He snuck him.
I have no stake in this. Listen, I don't care if you think he snuck him or not. Like I said, I'm just saying, don't let your guard down. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even
but when you attack somebody whose guard is down, is that not sneaking somebody?
So with a cannon sneaking
from behind, especially from behind. That's exactly.
Exactly.
He went from behind.
You could also
think about life lesson. Is that not sneaking someone?
Hold on. You're not answering my question. Were the people shooting him with cannons sneaking him? Answer that.
They literally lined up in.
Were they sneaking him?
They lined them shits up. They were all.
Yes or no question.
Oh no!
So like you're
see how we keep dodging?
Trying to compare them lining up cannons, which are easily viewed by.
It doesn't matter. What does it matter? What?
He's literally ducking and weaving and diving through the crowd, and then sneaks him from behind.
Get that hockey.
That's exactly what you're comparing it to.
So I want to give you another example, right? If you and me are fighting, right, and there's a circle of people, you can easily see the circle of people. We boxing, and a guy that's you can obviously see in the face.
He did. Thank you. Shut up. That sounds dumb. Like you're about to, like what?
Right.
If you're in a fight, if you're in a fight, right, with somebody, and your attention is in front, right, and somebody comes in and hits you in the back of the neck with a bat, did they sneak you?
If I'm in a war,
did they sneak you?
Yes, I'm gonna fight everybody.
Now, what if it's not a bat and it's a banana?
There it is.
That's the reason why I'm saying it's false.
If I said I'm fighting everybody in the room, and somebody,
I kind of lost what the original point was. What were we?
My original point is
the kind of character.
Is Jimbe coming back or not? That's
All
what we
I'm
need to
saying
know.
is the character that
Jimbe probably is coming back, but I
have a more
important stronger character.
Where is Apu?
Primary mode of attack.
Oh, you don't want to eat
sneaking people, right? And in a head-to-head fight where Katakuri has future sight and is not easily susceptible to being snuck, I don't think that he would just lose easily.
Well, that's fair if you're saying he's not going to lose easily. That's fine.
Yes, I said he would lose. I said
Jack and Apua,
I did fight only because of that.
Master J weird, bro.
Fair
Yo,
enough.
Master J weird as a bitch. He said,
you see what he
Oh man.
Master J weird, man.
Sage, you have an admirer in the chat. His name is Master J.
I know.
Hey, tell Master J how I
I'll put you on blast, Sage. I'll let everybody know, so that's why you got
Hey, yo,
all the
Vergo,
hands.
I'm gonna need
I
you to
wanted
let
to do it. That was my
Master J
plan.
know
I
how
started the
bodied
next,
him round one,
yeah.
Wait, what's up, Cola?
Yeah, I bodied Master J round 1 in Grim shit.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Damn.
Master J, you said you got body.
He was a joke to me.
Cola.
Oh, he said a
I had
joke.
a stream the other day. I was talking to Master J, and I said, yeah, bro, I heard you was getting bodied in Grimm's draft. And he was just like, yeah, I was just there to be there, man.
Bro, he got a low diff and never came back, dog. Don't even talk.
Bro.
Yo, what's up, Waldo?
What's up, Waldo?
Oh, Leo Messi confirmed. He said, yeah.
What's up? You hear me? Hello?
Oh,
hold on.
So,
what's
hold on.
up,
I want to
Waldo? It's nice to meet you, man.
read some more comments. These comments
Harris.
today.
Bodied everybody.
This is Joseph. How you doing?
All right. It's the 600 subscriber stream, right? And it's about the subscribers. So I'm going to read these comments.
Boy, late as hell.
All right. So let's see what they've been saying. Cola looked like he started Meet the Browns as the local drug dealer influenced Mr. Brown Kid.
What the fuck?
Akainu and Aokiji have matchup advantages over Katakuri. Kick the nigga that said that it's a low diff. Kizaru does be sneaking niggas though.
Thank you.
Katakuri has it all. No Admiral is beating him like that.
Bro.
Yo, Vergo reading this off his flip phone right now.
Wait, is he for real? Like, is he
Kizaru is a straight shooter.
Oh, Waldo, they don't know that Kizaru is the strongest Admiral.
You know Kizaru would one shot Katakuri, right?
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, but he had to actually get that one shot in, by the way.
But he definitely hit him.
Body him.
What?
Katakuri's trash ass tried sneaking Sanji and failed. At least
that is a fact.
Oh shit! Hardcore fact.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Please, no.
Hold on.
That is funny.
Oh no!
Wow.
That's
a
fair point.
That was dirty.
He's sneaking.
I had to take a shower after that one.
And my response to that, I give credit where credit's due. Sanji's observation is up there.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay, Katakuri gets washed. Kizaru is Yonko level, and Yonko like Kaido one-shot Katakuri.
Oh, come on.
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
That's a joke to me.
Katakuri won't get hit. Kaido one-shots Kizaru.
I don't know what.
Whoa!
Okay, I will say this. Here's another thing for that entire fight, right? Based on Kizaru's attacks, tell me which attack would be more susceptible to hitting Katakuri, a guy that can see that has future sight.
The light speed kick.
The light speed kick. How is it a light speed kick when Rayleigh saw it coming and he has future sight?
Because Rayleigh raw as fuck.
But he has future sight, right?
That's also.
Are you comparing Rayleigh to Katakuri?
I actually think Rayleigh is like stronger.
Does he have future
Well, I mean,
sight?
I actually don't know.
The question wasn't how strong he was. The question was, he has future sight.
I don't know.
That
can't say he does.
Yo! Hey, everybody, stop what y'all doing. Everybody, I got a donation. I actually got money. Like, it's not a joke.
Broke ass nigga.
Thank you for funding this broke ass nigga.
My nigga Lothar.
Yo, Loco, thank you for the 2 cents, man. I appreciate
it. Anyway, my nigga Lothar donated $15. He said,
"Oh, you balling? Hey, slap $2.
Hey, swing me $1.
Are y'all gonna let me
come on now.
Let him read the donation, bro.
Damn.
Fuck y'all.
Category future sight plus his double fruit and his advanced armament hockey. He's overcoming Jack, whose endurance and the takings.
No, Katakuri would.
Somebody did say that Jack would be a problem for him, but I don't think it would be.
That's Aries.
It would be one of the easier fights for Katakuri.
I think it'd be interesting. I don't think Kizaru's losing.
First off,
I have no interest in seeing Jack do anything.
I need
him out the
I
manga.
need-
Just
I need-
delete him.
Naya, you're not allowed to speak on Jack, Naya.
Just delete him.
I just need somebody to tell me how the fuck Jack is hitting him.
Somebody
first
get
off.
an eraser and just erase Jack from the panels, please. Thank you. That's all I need.
Yo, Lothar, thank you, my guy.
Hey, thank you once again for
Y'all
funding
so
the broke ass
disrespectful.
nigga. And then Vergo, I'm gonna need you to slide me $2 for this event.
You don't get shit. This is your first stream out of 150.
Hey, because it's an event, dog. I had to show up and help you.
Virgo, he locked up. He locked up in Australia. Virgo, cut up some slack, man.
Hey, you had to pay. You had to pay me to show up. Exactly. Now it's
No,
time.
I did not. Bro, if he getting paid, I want to get paid. Oh no.
Yeah, my boy EOS need $2 too. What's up?
Nah,
Come on, Virgo.
Hold up. Kizaru does not have future sight. This nigga is too slow to react to Marco's kick.
It's true.
That's not true at all, bro.
What makes you think he can see the future if he can barely see the present?
He blocked. He actually blocked his kick. That's not
That
true.
is the one problem with this story. That is the one problem with your thing, EOS. The whole thing about Marco sneaking him. Like, why did Marco was able to?
Who? Who did he sneak?
Marco snuck him.
Kizaru. When did he sneak Kizaru? What?
He didn't sneak Kizaru. He snuck out Aokiji.
Aokiji.
Yeah.
Aokiji, maybe. Yeah.
By the way, I got that money. Definitely give that to Angel. Yeah, because I like money.
But I mean, Jozu snuck him.
You said what? You had a question?
Well, yeah, like if I said I'm about to fight this whole room, then somebody hits me in the room. Am I sneaking? Is that person sneaking me?
You said you're gonna fight the whole room.
If I said I'm gonna fight this whole room, and then somebody hits me in the room, is that person sneaking me?
If they attack you from behind,
basically saying if it's a battle royale.
Oh, you're a judge, jury, and
I don't see why it wouldn't be
executing her.
Like EOS, you're making
No, because you announced that you're gonna hit them, right? So it's not.
No, I announced that I'm about to fight everybody in this room.
Dog, imagine this, Waldo. Imagine you say that, and you say, I'm gonna fight everybody in this room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody walks up behind you, you don't know they're there, and they smack you in the neck with the bat.
You should have never said you're gonna fight everybody in the room.
Or banana, Waldo.
Did they sneak
you? I don't know if that's a sneak.
That's not a sneak, bro.
I don't know. If that's a sneak.
Waldo was trolling.
No, I'm being for real. I'm not. What the hell?
Waldo saying facts. It's not a sneak. If I said I want to fight everybody in the room, I should have never said that.
Yeah, you announced that you're gonna fight them.
Don't let your guard down.
Shut up, Naya.
But what are you referring to that? What is that referring
Let your
to?
guard down, but you got snuck. Like that's
What are you referring to that?
The lesson is don't let your guard down. That's the lesson.
Okay, Master J says boycott Naya.
What are we doing? Oh no.
Let's see. Yanko's two-shot admirals, mate.
What?
What in the hell are you talking about?
He's talking about Whitebeard.
Draco said Master J stop sipping over E-Girl.
Oh no.
Whitebeard did not
said,
two-shot
fuck
a
Draco. Master J said, I will simp all I want to, sir.
Who said that, Master J?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ironheart said Katakuri is soloing the Yonkos and Admirals together. Okay.
You see,
where's the lie?
Master J said Cola grim-bodied everyone in that draft.
Grim-bodied everyone in that draft because he was a ref.
Yeah, but people talking about you specifically. That's the problem.
Grim as the ref bodied everyone.
Oh, Master J, that's really weird.
What did Master J say?
He said, "All right, I just came to hear Sage. Now that I have the sound bite I need, I'll see y'all later."
Y'all are weird.
What kind of weird ass shit?
Oh my god, where's HR? Human resources.
Human resources help.
Oh my god.
JD Legend said, freak man, yeah, that's you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I ain't been on this stream in a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Virgo be streaming when I'm busy. I'm a very busy man. You know.
He always does it. He always does it.
That nigga don't. He don't stream every day. He's stream whenever he feel like it. You know. That's what's up.
I stream once or twice a week.
Yeah, but you always pick the worst times for me personally. Like
I didn't ask you.
Same.
Well, I have the receipts. What are you talking about?
You're Canadian. Shut up.
Hey, pull up.
That is true. If you're Canadian, you know, you matter a bit less. Though.
No, Virgo, pull up.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait. My team in the finals. That's all I know.
Oh, that's facts.
Wow.
That's
Hey,
facts.
hold on.
Hey, Virgo, what happened to your team,
What's
bro?
up?
Virgo, what happened to your team,
Yeah,
bro?
we're Milwaukee.
Waldo, Naya,
for
I
my
will
boy
kick
there.
both of you. I will kick both of you.
All I'm
is
saying,
Jan?
all I'm saying is, I need you to count on your hand how many rings your team has.
Oh no,
me?
Damn.
Yes,
Talking to me or
sir.
talking to Waldo?
How many rings Toronto?
I told you we have a ghost ring, a pending one.
A ghost ring.
Naya,
what happens if y'all lose?
Toronto fan.
Does the ghost thing go away?
What happened?
So what if y'all
I
lose?
said Waldo is a Raptors fan.
Hey, they had
see, we out here.
a pending finals appearance, but it finally happened.
Hey, hold on. Hey, this one's
Belief.
for Cola. Leo Messi said Cola also said Capone has a big dick.
Whoa.
Yo, you're
Cola,
weird.
you got
First of all,
You're nasty, bro.
No, he's not wrong. He said Cola said that Capone has a big dick.
I did not say that.
Oh, you nasty.
Wait, no, Leo Messi, that was Steve-O.
Steve-O said that. And first of all,
Did you
I
repeat
rose
it?
back and said, hey, I'm not gonna say that, but hey, he's got a wife and a baby for a reason, dog.
Yo, you tripping?
Oh, hell no.
Dirty, bro. Nasty.
That's all I said. I never said he had a big dick because I never came out my mouth.
All right, Steve-O said, and I quote, well, you know he with Lola, right? I mean, you know he with Chiffon, right? So you know he got the thing. Why do they call him Big Father? They call him Big
Ladies
Father.
and gentlemen, that is the reason why I did not say all that.
But you agreed though. You was like, yeah.
I only presented the facts that he has a wife and a child. There's reason.
JD Legend said, Cola, you acting mad different.
Mad different.
Oh no, he said you switching no.
Leo Messi said, nah, it was both. You know he wanted to say it, you implied it.
Oh no.
He wanted to say it and he implied it means I did not say it and I would not.
It seems like they're trying to expose you, bro.
Yeah, they
Cola, man. Oh no, it's been a wild stream for you, man, in your first visit.
Exactly. Niggas try to attack me and fail miserably. You have to do a lot better to attack me in my words.
You said Blackbeard was a supernova. They exposed like
that one was my fault because I remember I was just like legitimately I forgot that he was worst generation, not supernova.
Okay. So now I'm gonna go down the list of who I see and see how their takes on the chapter.
Yeah.
EOS, starting with you, buddy.
My take on the chapter.
943. How'd you enjoy it?
It was dope, you know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting on the next chapter, which I feel like is about to be lit, you know. That's all what I'm waiting on right now.
That's a big bet. I already talked to you, Hemmings. Cola, what's your synopsis?
It was a good enough chapter. The ending was always a good cliffhanger to leave on, with Zoro and Sanji being shown for the first time together.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of just like the information we got, it was great to hear. A solid 9 out of 10. I'm just like at this point, Wano has not done enough for me, so I'm just like, eh.
Okay.
Nah, Cola, I gotta get that shit a 10 out of 10, bro. Just them two niggas being in the same panel, bro. That shit, I don't give a fuck about what else happened, bro. But that shit alone, bro, that shit's hype, bro. Like,
I mean, I respect that.
Give it a 9. Yep.
Yeah, I respect that. Most people just love the fact that Zoro and Sanji are together.
It's a big deal. It really is. You know,
it really is a big deal.
We ain't see him in a minute, and they finally here. They landed, and their captain is watching on the big screen, just chilling right now. Yo, that's my boys right there. You see that pose? He got the fire on his foot, and then you see them boys in the back. 9 out of 10. You know what's going on next chapter.
That panel was
it's
so
right in our
good,
face. It finally happened.
But before that panel, we saw Hawkins, so that panel's even better.
Oh my God, Naya!
Hawkins hype.
You know what, Naya?
There's only a few of those left.
I was bored at work yesterday, bro, and I was rewatching the God of Reverie because I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to that part where I got kicked out the stream, and then you took over, and you're like, "Fuck it, he gone. This is my stream now. We're gonna go. Let me tell you why he's the greatest. He's like 19%. Oh, like this nigga wild.
I always got to open the Bible every once in a while and read a passage from it. That's just how it is sometimes.
I'm gonna need you to explain yourself now, because you sounded mad credulous lately.
Oh no,
you sound mad credible. Come on now.
Incredible.
What did I do?
Trying to hijack streams, dog.
What did I do?
That's pretty credible, man.
He jumped out, so I had to take over and talk about the GOAT.
Hey,
Hawkins is my favorite.
I really appreciate that.
That's all. He's my favorite.
How you feel about Puna showing up here?
I honestly am like dying for him to come through because I want to see the mixtape.
He wants that SoundCloud mixtape.
Yeah, like where that? Because I'm interested in seeing how like sound-based attacks interact with hockey. That's kind of what I'm interested in seeing. Like see how auditory attacks and hockey like defending against them and using it in tandem with the sound. I want to see how it works. So
yeah, that shit's been around a minute. Them music-based attacks, like before they went to Sky Island, all that. It's crazy.
I know
you said hockey, but I'm just saying. Like,
Like on Jaya?
No, yeah, but
Yeah,
even
around there, yeah.
Brooke does it too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to see it in tandem with hockey. Like, how does it interact with it? Like, can I block something with a sound-based attack? Like, I'm just.
I think it's a safe assumption because you can use hockey with like your devil fruit and so on. So yeah, definitely.
Well, now we know you can definitely.
I know this is different, but this boy Blackbeard's laughing, causing earthquakes. Come on now.
Like no bullshit.
Just crack it, just laughing.
They're talking about
so the point I'm trying to make is that you know how Brooke can just put you to sleep? Is that because you heard it? Like if I hear a sound-based attack, depending on what I know he has a kind of music, attack music, whatever, that's supposed to hurt you, but is there different ways you can attack with sound? And how can I defend myself if I have hockey? That's all I'm saying. Like it may end up not being a big deal, but I'm still like hyped at the possibilities.
And Naya.
Yeah.
Chef Strongleg is coming.
Yes. What's up to Milo? Strongleg out.
Chef Milo.
Yeah, Milo. All right. Madara, how'd you like the 943?
I thought a very solid chapter, man. I had no complaints for it. I know everybody, well, not everybody. Let me stop saying that. I know a lot of people didn't like the Yasue stuff. I thought the way Oda handled it, it was masterful. I know it was 3 chapters in a row about this dude that a lot of us didn't care about.
Amen.
I think it finally like came into fruition. I know Naya was the biggest proponent of this. Like you're beating the dead horse right now. Like yes, we get it. You want us to love him. Blah blah blah. Like
yeah, but it's like the whole thing playing off.
But I would say the end justifies it me because that was a pretty good chapter afterwards. So
exactly.
I've let it go. I could admit when I'm wrong. It's fine.
Yeah, I also like the callback because one of the things that people started pointing out was on Dressrosa. Remember when they were trying to make the Tontadas hurry up with the fruit, and the guy said the batches only have a 10% chance of being good. So that's a callback that obviously we as readers should have probably picked up on. That the smiles weren't very sustainable as a means from there, because that kind of, and you know how Oda always ties everything together. So that
it also really made some devil fruit lore pretty interesting. Unfortunately, at least some of my subscribers got a little bit confused. But like artificial devil fruits are absolutely not operating on the same capacity as a real devil fruit. So because I was trying to explain to some people that if I eat devil fruit, right, and I just took one bite, the fruit at that point just becomes useless. Just a disgusting fruit. You don't actually have to eat the entire thing. Yeah. Some people didn't know that, and based on what happened with the chapter, because of the artificial ones and like the lingering, at least side effects could turn you into like a pleasure. You just smile even though you can't like whatever. Yeah. They were confused, like, oh, I thought like, so I had to kind of explain it and clarify that. But yeah, I think it was interesting. Well, I'm excited for what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, because I had also heard that in Brago's stream, someone said that if you continue eating the devil fruit that you first bit into, you're gonna die. And I'm like, no, Luffy was eating the gum fruit. He kept on biting it.
Kaku literally cut his banana in pieces and ate the whole thing with a fork. Like it just becomes a disgusting fruit after the first bite. It's pretty much useless.
Bite. So yeah.
So. I think it's SBS 77 where somebody directly asks Oda that and he answers it. So you can reference. You can go there and check. I think
another example would be Ace and his first mate, because they both bite into it at the same time, and Ace just happens to be a fraction quicker, and they both just end up eating what they think is a disgusting fruit.
And Muggy swallowed the whole thing but Shanks scared him.
Yeah.
So
that's an example, where like 2 people have eaten the same devil fruit kind of thing, and obviously, one didn't die and whatever, one gets the fruit power and then the other just doesn't get anything.
Yeah. It's not common knowledge, so most people just eat the entire fruit anyways. But yeah.
Hey, everybody in this call is trash.
Wait, what the fuck, man?
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, you're in the call.
All right, you can kick him out.
Why do you do that, you stupid bastard? Why don't you say that after you, before you join the call, you stupid bitch?
What you say?
I was saying you're in the call now, so
you're in the call, you dumb nigga.
I know. Everybody. Okay, well, let me clarify. Since
no, you already said what you said. You know you
it's too late. It's too late to backpedal.
Stupid bitch. Since I have to spell things
late.
out for fucking
I guess
idiots.
the word choice was fitting.
What's up, man? But y'all niggas are still trash. Everybody in this call.
Whatever, morning, nigga.
I like to think of myself as a glittering garbage bag, personally.
Oh,
trash nonetheless.
Wow.
But
what's up, Zyper?
You know, could be worse.
Yo, Vergo's that random gold bag of trash. Because he got 600 subs. He think he's stunting on everybody.
I'm not stunting on nobody. I'm still the same nigga when I had one.
I just wanted to tell everybody to unsub from Vergo.
What?
Oh man, I told you to kick him.
You know what? I'm glad that we could get in the call together, bro. Because for the last few weeks, I'm trying to figure out what is this fuck Vergo agenda you trying to push.
What fuck Vergo agenda?
The you saying fuck me.
I think it started whenever you tried to stream the day that I planned to stream.
Oh,
and so I said fuck Vergo.
Listen, that was not me being ignorant. That was the only day I had free, and you said I know you start late, so I thought it would behoove me to do it at an earlier time.
Nah,
all the memes I see about Matt streaming is just that he won't stream after he says he's gonna stream.
Yeah, bro,
that's all you gotta know.
The only person I know that will ask me for a link and not show up.
All right, I see Strong Leg. He here.
Strong Leg in the building.
Let's go. What's that?
This trash bag, Milo.
Nah, son. It's Strong Leg. Respect.
Respect.
I know who you are, Milo. Shut up.
For respect. And the
Strong Leg.
Nah, you ain't
me, nigga. Anyway, trotting on down the list. I'll revamp it after because Sage was next. Sage, how'd you enjoy 943?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty great. Like, I love getting exposition. Like, we learned a lot about how the Smile Devil Fruits differ from real Devil Fruits. One of my kind of thoughts on it is that, how Devil Fruits seem to change frequency. That they're that they're eaten by, whereas like a smile seems to be more of a chemical that seems to change rather than like the soul or whatever power that happens with the devil fruit, which is why it seems to have like so many side effects and stuff like that. So I enjoyed all of that. I liked seeing Sanji and Zoro like get together and stuff, but I'm more interested to see what the aftermath of them getting together is. Are they gonna fight together? Are they gonna fight amongst each other? Like,
could you just briefly speak on the Hawkins panel? How'd you feel about that?
Oh my god!
I mean, Hawkins is lad, so I was pretty happy about it. I'm not gonna lie. And to be fair, I think that like as I say, I haven't read the spoilers, so I don't know. But like, I'd be interested to see whether, because we saw those two in the same page as seeing Sanji and Zoro, when
clash.
If they're gonna clash, yeah.
I'm really glad you don't read the spoilers because all you motherfuckers need to keep your hand up because
I don't. I'm not a crackhead. I don't read the spoilers.
All right.
I don't read spoilers either.
That's the big bet. All right, so I'm gonna go back down the list. I know Waldo was waiting. Chef Strongleg, I guess.
Yeah.
What is your take on 943, man?
I just want to say two things. The smiles was great. The backstory was cool, but I need you to pay attention to the last picture. Did you see the strong leg on Sanji?
Yeah.
The leg was
I saw that.
Sanji's leg was looking. It was on
right
fire.
here,
the
bro.
leg
Sanji was alright.
Looking
He was alright.
strong. He's about to kick a hole in things. Representing the strong leg class. That's right, Sanji. Leg was looking mad strong as ever next to Zoro sword, son.
That's what I like to hear.
They put Sanji's legs next to real swords because they know the legs are strong. The strong leg is real.
Get out of here, my guy.
His legs weren't looking too strong against Vergo.
What's done is done.
Go meat on his legs.
What's
A little bit
done
of
is
hair on
done.
his legs. Y'all see
I don't
that?
know.
We don't do this.
I mean, Virgo dead, so who cares?
Hey,
What's
shut your
done?
Where my kick button at?
What's done is done. We don't do this. We don't do this. What's done is done. Those legs held up a cake and skywalked at the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say something real quick. This is a question from Matt. It said, Alex D. Uchiha said, "Yo, Matt B, are you taking your shirt off when you see James Hansen?"
Dead.
Nah, man.
You not gonna pull up?
I'm just gonna slap him.
Bro, there's no way that man's pulling up to an Anime Expo. He's gonna get jumped.
There's like three.
Wait, who?
People. There's
James
like
Hansen.
Hansen. He's a Bleach reviewer.
There's
I
like
don't know.
3 people.
Oh, the one Orphe fought with. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
There's like 3 people that are on my shit list in LA.
I feel like I'm one of them.
No, because you're not gonna be there.
All I'm saying is,
I don't know, man. A few more donations, he might just pull up. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just want a video of Matt B so that whenever he does talk about all this, he actually performs this actions that he speaks on.
Who you're talking about? Me?
Yes, nigga. Yes.
I mean, I guess who is that?
Hey, who you think? Nobody that worries about. Don't worry about it.
Nigga, I don't know who. I don't know.
No, don't worry about it.
All right, let's not start something here.
But listen. This is look. Whenever y'all niggas get on Twitter around July 4th, just remember these conversations. This shit is a month from now.
Like
I don't have shit to lose. And James Hansen and a few other people are bitch ass niggas.
This is a Google Hangout in May 30th, and you're talking about July 4th. All I'm saying is, I hope there's a video on July 4th following you around to see you perform these actions.
I mean, regardless if there's a video or not.
Yeah, I just need to know you did it.
And Twitter
I just need to know you did it. That's all I need to know.
Y'all two might as well make a video together.
Yo, Hemmings, are you going to Expo?
No,
Matthew J said he's not following you back till he see a picture of your car.
I'm not coming anymore because I'm buying a car.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, I know these things are always said,
and I don't care if Master J follows.
Never really come with fruition.
The fuck?
People talk a lot of shit, and then they never happens. That's all I'm saying. I never said that you wouldn't.
Nah, but that guy's a fuckboy. Like, even if I saw him, I slapped the goofy out of him because he'd be talking about I can say nigga and shit. Like, yeah.
I don't.
Okay, now all that, I expect you to whoop his ass.
Hold on. Let me interject real quick. So, Hemmings, I heard he a fuck nigga, bro, because I heard my niggas dropping M-bombs left and right?
I don't really follow it. I know there was that one day Orphe.
I don't understand. Yeah. What I wanted Matt to explain is to why Matt was like coming at his head as of late and saying that for never fucked this bitch. That's why I was confused.
Good.
So Matt, if you're here, can you explain that?
Oh, that's just some shit people made up and they just run with it.
Oh, that's not true.
You said you want me to explain what?
I said why you came at him as of late and like why you were saying for never fuck this bitch. So I was confused.
Dude. Okay, for one, all right. Y'all are acting like I said that as a statement. Okay?
No. My bad. I
haven't even seen this.
I'm not saying
I don't know what's happening.
I'm confused as to why like you retweeted it. You like for never fuck this bitch question mark. I got you.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, bro.
All right, cool. Anywho, so for one, it wasn't a statement, and I didn't. No. I'm just talking right now. So James Hansen, he was like, whenever he first replied to the tweet, he was like, slander. He was like, get your facts straight before you slander. And bro, come on now. I think that we all know that Forever didn't fuck James Hansen's bitch.
I mean, I pray to God.
I think that we all. I think that everybody knows that. Okay.
Bro, we live in a world where miracles happen.
So the has a girlfriend.
So the thing was right. Was
nigga was ugly as fuck.
The thing was that I saw Orphe. I saw Orphe say that shit, and I was just like, "Oh, that shit's funny." Like that's fucking hilarious because
he was like, damn.
Obviously he was fucking with him. So I just took it a step further and I instigated the fucking situation. I'm like, damn, y'all for never fuck James Hansen's bitch? Question mark. Like, nigga, I was asking a question, but I also knew that it was gonna ruffle James Hansen's feathers because he.
Huh?
We lost him.
Come back.
Yo, James just DDoSed you, man.
All right, while Matt's coming back, yo, Virgo, when are you gonna start Monogatari?
I'm sorry.
When are you gonna start the Monogatari series?
I don't know what I really don't have any.
He definitely ain't gonna start it.
There's no real issue.
Oh,
there's
damn, he
no
back.
there's no real issue, bro, at all. Like I just tweeted that shit out as like, oh shit, like this is funny.
Matt,
And then,
Matt, if there's no real issue, then why you gotta slap the nigga?
why do I gotta slap him? Because I'm tired of motherfuckers feeling like they can talk to me any fucking way that they want to
Then
over
there
the
is an
internet.
issue, nigga. That's not like what?
Huh?
Then there is an issue.
No, it's not a big issue, bro, because I'm just gonna slap the nigga and then the nigga's gonna be like, oh damn, like this is real life. And then it's just and then we're gonna go and then we're gonna go on about our day.
Yo, when keyboard warriors get humble like that, it's so fucking funny, bro.
Exactly. And like the thing is, bro, is like I'm not even gonna make it a thing. I'm really not. I'm not gonna make this shit a thing, bro. Like I said, I was just having fun. I just put some shit out, and then he took the bait, and then he took the bait a step further, and then he really started talking out the side of his neck. So then I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So like whatever. And this is the case for anybody that reveals themselves. That like Virgo, if you started talking shit, bro, then we would probably have to have some words, and we would probably have to figure that shit out.
We got problems, bro.
Exactly, but me and you would never have me and you would never have a problem though, which is the thing. Like you wouldn't talk to me like that.
We vibe on a different level that these niggas don't. It's weird to say. Like these niggas don't really get.
Exactly, bro. Like we be talking shit to each other. Like you only talk shit to people that you really, really, really fuck with. And then you be able to laugh about it.
You talk shit to them, and then you're crossing into like the shadow realm.
You're an ape.
But yeah, but look. People were just trying to make that more than what it was. Like, bro,
that's just internet shit. They always do that. Something small becomes bigger than it really is.
Bro, it's the same thing with the chibi shit, and then like the Dustin shit, like all of that, bro. Like people love the drama.
A lot of people made a big deal about that chibi shit, and I was just like, "There's literally nothing there."
Oh no,
what are you talking about?
Bro, that was probably the most fun, like, adventurous time of his life. When he's like, I pulled up on Matt B. Like, get your goof ass.
Bro, and that's what I was saying, bro. I'm like, bro, like this nigga talking about he pulled up on somebody.
I was making a joke
and I know Matt's not taking that as seriously in the slightest.
No,
like, bro, at all.
Dead ass just looked at it. I'm like, you ain't pulling up on nobody, bro. Like any rational, like actual people that would fight would look at that and be like, this nigga didn't pull up on
Yeah,
shit.
but the only reason I'm scared to hang with Matt because like I fear school shooters more than I fear hood niggas, man. That's what I'm saying.
You said what?
He fears school shooters more than hood niggas.
Bruh.
When little Timmy come to school with the gun in his backpack.
Hey, you ain't lying.
He'd be like, your friend, you're my friend, right? Virgo? I'm like,
yeah, man, we cool. We straight.
Say hello to my little friend.
No bullshit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, but
bro, the Anime Expo is gonna be hilarious, bro. Like that's all I'm gonna say.
So,
like, dog.
Matt, so this is why I'm not gonna lie. I do be feeling some type of way. You say I'm not coming. You don't understand. I'm actually trying my darndest.
Bro, I just be fucking with you. Look, bro. The reason why I say that you're not coming. The reason why I say that you're not coming, bro, is because, like, my nigga, if you were coming, bro, you would just be like, hey, look. Let me tell you something, bro. Times was kind of like fucked up for me too. I ain't have a job for a minute because I quit my bartending shit because my manager was fucking somebody, and then they fucking cleaned the house. Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
So look,
you gotta explain. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they clean house, bro. So I was like, so I just quit my job, and then I didn't have a job probably for like a month or so. maybe a little bit less than a month. But I didn't have a job for a minute. So like, nigga, times is hard over here. But guess what, nigga? I'ma still be in LA.
I know, bro.
Like, bro, I already put money down for that shit, bro.
Yo,
There's
Matt
no
B
way that
and
I'm not
Dustin
gonna be
rap
there.
battle?
You got what?
You said rap battle. Yeah, I mean, I just battled like 2 days ago. I was supposed to go.
Bro, there's no look. Okay, and about that, right? There's no reason for me to even continue that. Do y'all niggas? When was the last time y'all listened to Talk Too Much or that other whack ass diss that he dropped?
What you mean last week?
I'm playing it right now.
Y'all see the crickets? Y'all see the crickets? Now look. Now look. I guarantee you, if we ask the comment section, somebody in the comment section has listened to Spirit Gun. Have any of y'all listened to Spirit Gun?
Anybody in the comments that listen to Spirit Gun?
Has anybody in the comment section listened to Spirit Gun?
Any of y'all listen to Spirit Gun?
Anybody in the comment section? Have you listened to Spirit Gun in the last like month, or let's say the last 6 months?
Santos said me.
Bro, that's one person. That's all you need. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you, nobody's listened to that fucking whack ass diss. You talk too much, or what's it called? What else did he drop? The other one.
Hey, the same person that said me, Santos also said you talk too much.
I'm dead, bro.
He did.
I like Santos. He's funny.
Yeah, Santos is funny.
Illis Afro said I still slap Spirit Gun, fam. That shit hits.
Yo, man, a lot of people are saying yes.
Ooh, Sombra said at least when Dustin invited nigga, he not capping. Ooh.
At least when Dustin invited nigga, he not capping. When he invites a nigga, what?
Hi, Sombra.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, he might be talking to me. Oh, did you want the link? I thought you didn't want to get spoiled.
Anyways, you guys take care, because you know what I'm saying. My team in the finals.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas about to lose in 5.
Oh my goodness. So since my team in the finals.
Okay, Sombra. All right, Sombra. I was just making sure. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I don't know Milwaukee at, but Toronto out. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Naya.
Yo, Chris Z, look, if you've listened,
I'll throw you the link, Sombra.
Chris Z, if you've listened to like the Grove, he's like commenting. He asked me when am I gonna drop something. If you've listened to the Grove, right, then Brago has been previewing like new music for me for like at least 3 weeks in a row.
Wait, hold on. Am I like retarded? Like I've been watching. I haven't peeped none of that.
Bro, it's in like the outros and the intros, bro.
Whoopsie. Whoops. My bad. Well, fucking it. So let's get back into some actual talk. Get back a little bit on tangent. Matt, what did you think about 943? I haven't gotten your take.
It was cool.
He's got nothing to say for the show.
It was cool.
It was. I mean, like.
Hey, Somber, my bad, bro.
Like, bro, it was straight. It was a good. It was a good chapter. Okay, it was a good chapter, but I feel like the last panel was just like people overhyped it, of course, and I mean it's like okay, look, bro, I just don't know if anything's gonna come of that panel.
It might not.
Like
even if it doesn't, I feel like it was merited.
Bro, the only reason I don't know, bro. I just wasn't like crazy hype for it. Like, yeah, it's cool to see Sanji and Zoro together again after like what 220 chapters or something. But like, are they gonna fight Page One and Drake, or are they gonna, facilitate everybody getting away from the situation that they're in right now? I don't know if that's going to be the case because Oda likes to dig tease so much. And then even if they do, I don't know if we're going to see the fruits of it.
Fan service.
So you're saying this chapter depends on what comes next?
No, I'm not saying that the chapter. I'm not saying that that what my grade on the chapter depends on what comes next. I just said the chapter was good. Like, it was a good chapter, but I feel like the last panel, like, people were just like okay, a chapter that's normally like that normally would be like a 7 or an 8. people put it up to like a 10 or a 9 because of that final panel, and I don't think that final panel was worth a whole number grade.
I'll say this. So, Vergo, you heard what I said about it being a 9 out of 10. Respectfully, it was only because of the amount of exposition we did get and the amount of like dialogue that we get that was actually
leading up to that moment.
Yeah, the war or the everything that was happening before was necessary because we didn't know a lot of those facts. Getting information out of Oda has been like the hardest thing for any of us to get.
It's been the hardest for anybody during any chapter of One Piece.
Period. So like when we get something that's literally like goes back to Punk Hazard level of shit, like that's how
he tied everything together since the New World, like since we entered the New World.
It's just that's the reason why I consider this one a very important chapter and just what it gave us.
Yeah, and it really
that last panel was great.
The level of writing that Oda has, that he always remembers things from the past to be brought up, and I love how things come to fruition.
Like, you know what this chapter reinforced for me?
What's up?
That One Piece is a series full of moments.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Like so, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that because like I like the narrative and I like the hype behind the lore in One Piece. Like I love that. But like, I don't think I'm ever gonna go back and whenever One Piece is finished, right? I don't think I'm ever gonna go back and be like, damn, I remember this fight. Or I remember this. It's gonna be like one of those things where a lot of us probably already do this is you watch like moments, you watch clips of One Piece on like YouTube and you go down that rabbit hole. And it's like no, it's not.
I say Naruto is better than it.
Naruto is not better than One Piece.
Naruto is very, very good.
The fights in Naruto are definitely better than One Piece. Yes, but the fights aren't the only thing that make up the story.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's just because
my favorite moment in One Piece is Raizo was safe, and that's got zero to do with fighting.
I think my favorite moment in One Piece is the "I Want to Live"
and that's great.
Or I think it's Luffy doing the Conqueror's Haki for the first time, or like in front of everybody, like at Marineford.
I'm not saying that I don't like One Piece for all that. I'm saying for me, in terms of a story that I've read that's kept my attention, and then it's given me those moments, and then I can go back and be like, well, here's the thing, and I'm explaining to somebody, right? If I'm talking to somebody, I'm be like, damn, bro, there was this moment, right, where this happened in this story, and it was one of the most unbelievable things that I ever read. If I was to try to do that with One Piece, and I tell them, you got to read it for that, I'd be worried about doing that with One Piece because there's so much other stuff around those specific moments that will get people to just be like, how long is it going to take for me to get to that moment?
I understand that, Cola, but at the same time, let's not look at Naruto with just rose.
Hell no.
Naruto had a lot of problems with it. Naruto's second half totally ruined the first half.
Oh boy!
Destroyed a lot of the characters.
The whole Fourth Great Ninja War was trash. It was utter trash.
Yeah, and I think people forget that's 1/3 of the series.
Any of that. I'm not even attacking any of that. I'm saying if for me, my favorite story, I would always say it's better than One Piece because of that. I personally love it more than One Piece. I'm not saying that for sure. Oh, it's absolutely the greatest story you will ever know.
Okay, so subjectively, you're saying that Naruto is better than One Piece, but not objectively. Okay, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
But I'm
so
saying,
that all comes down to your preference. But like, if you're being critical, then there's no way that. If you're being critical and if you're trying to critique something and you're trying to remove your bias, I don't know how you can say that Naruto is better than One Piece.
Yeah, really, honestly.
Just in my personal opinion, like I don't understand that because literally the second half of Naruto is a big ass hiccup.
I see.
So I want to know, Cola, what are the aspects of Naruto that you believe are better than One Piece?
Besides the fights.
Yep.
The main character himself. I love
better than Luffy? Wait, are you telling me the coolest guy is better than
Naruto Jesus?
Here's the thing, right? Personally, in terms of Naruto himself as a character, we see his growth from start to finish. People can tell you that Luffy has not changed at all since day one. Right?
What do you mean?
Am I wrong?
In what aspect?
As a character himself, has he really changed that much since his first time you ever saw him?
Who? Luffy?
Luffy, yeah.
Not to a crazy extent, no.
Not to a crazy extent, right? I've seen Naruto go from where he was at that original point in the story to a damn father with a kid and trying to live his life and do all that.
But when was
that's the end of the series?
Yes, exactly. That's the only reason I'm saying that is because I've seen Naruto just go through all of those things. He's found love. He got rejected by his love. He had to carry on and try to save his best friend. Failed at doing that. Almost lost his life multiple times. There are multiple
Wait. All those instances
where
that's
I can
happened in One Piece where he's lost.
Wait a second.
Wait,
Say
tell
what
me
you
about
say.
that,
What you
dog.
said.
Tell me what
Say
you-
what you said
tell me
about the
Luffy.
best friend thing again.
My bad. So I was just saying, like Luffy, like Naruto has basically experienced like a lifetime worth of just like moments, as well as just situation that you can just relate to and be like, damn, Naruto's got a girl that he crushes on, got his heart broken, found a real girl that always cared about him, and then he marries that girl, has a kid. Like I've seen all that, and then he also had those tough time moments. He found out that both of his parents died, tried to save his life. I found out that his sensei died in the middle of a war. He found that out during the war, even though he did save him towards the end. Like he found out multiple things that are just like jaw dropping in terms of the story for me.
Yeah, because
that those things.
The difference is what kind of.
What's that?
Where the difference lies is like Naruto heavily focuses on a character narrative. The story became about Naruto and Sasuke, whereas like the first half of One Piece, I'd say about around Thriller Bark, it was all about character narratives for the most part, and everything post Thriller Bark, Sasaburi, and up until this point has been mostly story narratives. It became less about the characters, more about the world, but Oda continuously during the character narratives, so all the way up until Thriller Bark, was like building up the story narrative, right? With the Shichibukai, with the world government and all that stuff. Everything was being built up slowly, and then Saburi was like the kickoff of like everything that he's been slowly building up. So I think because of the fact that I'm forgetting his name, Kishimoto heavily relied on character narratives, you got more of those moments, whereas Oda focuses them hand in hand. Like he does story and character narratives.
So I can say this probably only because of the way he focused on those characters, you felt you got more of those emotional impact for those characters than you would have really gotten for like say Luffy himself. Like we see Robin, her backstory and everything that she went through in those moments was impactful. However, you don't really see much else in terms of just growth of characters for those characters until you focus on them for those specific instances. There's no
yeah. So all these characters get a lot of good development, but what you're looking for is progression. So once they've developed, like once Oda's grounded them, you've gotten their history, their motives, their goals, where they come from, why do they view the world, their perspective. That pertains to development. What you're looking for is progression, which is like where do they proceed further, which isn't necessarily like always needed, but yeah, Oda doesn't necessarily focus on character progression.
But again, let's not act like Naruto was, just perfect in every way. Look, Naruto introduced a bunch of characters during the Chunin exam. And then the second half of that story, what did those characters do? Besides Shikamaru, besides Ino and Choji.
Yeah, that's where I say Oda dropped the ball. I think Oda fucked up by not fleshing those characters out as much as he could. Like he just mostly focused on.
Aside from Inoshika Cho
Thank you.
Naruto well, okay.
Kakashi?
Let's exclude. Look. Wait a second. I'm focusing on the Konoha 11.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm focusing on the Konoha 11, who we all grew to love in part 1 of Naruto. If you exclude Naruto and Sasuke from that, Inoshika is the only people in that whole circle that got development.
Yeah.
And that got that got
bro, dude, Neji's
wait a second. Wait a second.
I mean,
that got
if we keep
progression.
it a buck, almost
Neji's death,
only just Sheikah.
Neji's death literally came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
that's what I was gonna say. It meant nothing.
It came out of nowhere, and it
Absolutely.
was nothing. Like, I remember reading it. Now, obviously, whenever you're watching the anime, you know you're gonna feel it a little bit more because it's more tangible. But reading it, I was like, "Yo, what? He couldn't do the rotation to stop those splinters."
Bro, not even
so
just
trash
that.
reading
Man was
it.
absent all of Shippuden. He was absent all of Shippuden. Why would you care?
Vergo,
Yes, and then
what's up, Cola?
My bad. I'm not trying to hijack the stream. We can go back to having a conversation. All I'm saying once again is
No, Cola. I'm completely fine with this nigga. All we do is go off on tangents.
this nigga. In terms of just that, like, absolutely, there are certain instances that are almost unforgivable that Kishimoto did in Naruto. Absolutely, but the thing is, he has those moments, but he has such high highs that you just cannot like.
Like what?
Like what?
What?
Because one thing here, Neji told Naruto that it's all about destiny, right?
Yeah.
Naruto tells Neji, no, we make our own destiny, right?
Yeah.
Then the second half of the story is all about Naruto being the destiny.
About Naruto being the child of prophecy and all of this stuff. All of this. So Naruto's destiny, his whole entire life, was to become this overpowered, crazy ninja, and it wasn't like he was just hardworking. And
take into account that what he said, like, we make our own destiny. Yes, he had that. They told him he was supposed to be that, but everybody misinterpreted that in terms of he was supposed to be the one to just defeat them. What he did was he came in and he changed pain. Even after what he did, he changed pain for the better. He saved his entire village. He came through not with hatred, even during that conversation.
Because he's the child of destiny.
Post after that, and said, even before that, he said, Sasuke, if we end up fighting each other, we're gonna both kill each other. That doesn't happen because they just fight, and it's just a hard ass fight. And you see the battle itself, and you're just like, damn, they are really just giving it everything that they have. And then once it's over and they're just lying there on the ground, you're just like, it's fine. You finally have to just accept it, Sasuke. You have to just give it up, dude. Like, it just has to be that way. And in terms of the story, I was reading it. I was just like, finally, this dude can just sit here and just be like, okay, my way is not going to work. I have to accept that there's somebody that I can work with that's going to be on my wavelength and follow and work with. Like, that was one of the things that just impacted me about Sasuke's character himself. He was always about himself. Always. He was doing things for his own benefit. Even when he'd be like, I'm going to use you for my benefit. Then he meets Naruto, a dude that's just generally just trying to care for you, trying to be your friend, right? And then towards the end of the story, he fights him and then realizes this dude was legit about everything he said. And he even posts that in going into Boruto, he's still that guy where he's just like, Sasuke is his best friend. Like, they call each other best friends. I would have never thought that would have happened from chapter 1 of reading Naruto.
Yo, you know, one thing that I have to say about that too, that bothered me to all heck in Naruto was the Sasuke and Naruto being best friends thing. I felt like if anybody was Naruto's best friend, it was Shikamaru.
It was Shikamaru.
I mean, there's a reason Shikamaru was literally like his right-hand man in the village, like, besides Sasuke.
But dude, you just said that Sasuke was his best friend. Look,
no, his boyfriend.
Okay, look, it doesn't. One thing that did not make any sense to me throughout Naruto, like just going back and looking at it, was why Naruto chased after Sasuke so much. When he had all of these other good friends that were around him, he had dude, when you look back on Choji and Shikamaru's backstory. Naruto's in there running around with Kiba, running around with Shikamaru, running around with Choji. You don't see Naruto doing that with Sasuke, and then they wait. And then they wait all the way. Then they wait all the way until the end of Naruto to show Naruto and Sasuke looking at each other, on the bridge, and then
right. You see those moments.
Someone as a best friend who spent the least time with them.
You see those specific moments, right? But then you always see those specific instances that impact Naruto way much more than those specific moments you speak of. You'd be like, oh yeah, he had friends. But then why does he always value that time where he sat on that swing looking at all those parents?
Well, because he could relate to him.
He could never relate to those characters because he would always try to be there. The only person in the entire world who could actually communicate and be like him, and he would probably be able to understand him the most. And if he would have communicated with him and actually been a friend, was Sasuke.
Actually, no, I disagree. I feel like Nagato was very similar to Naruto.
I mean, Nagato wasn't even there though. Like,
no, I'm saying that you said the only person in the Elite Village. Nagato was very similar to
Another
Naruto.
nigga that could really relate to him, that could have been his best friend, would have been Gaara.
People in the Elite Village, guys.
That's why he values Gaara so much.
Oh, I agree. I agree with most
there's certain characters where you see where Naruto values.
The only thing I didn't agree with what you said was how you kind of explained the destiny aspect of the conversation, because it was more so not Naruto talking about destiny, but more so the author Kishimoto conveying to the readers that these characters can change their destiny no matter what situation they're born into. And then he kind of just flushed that all down the toilet.
Because if it wasn't about destiny, then Naruto would have never got the Sage of the Six Past Powers. It was clearly about destiny because he was Ashura and Sasuke was Indra.
Yeah, I don't look at it more as like Naruto being naive about destiny, more as like Kishimoto just conveying to the readers, like, I'm going to make these characters defy destiny no matter what situation they're born into. And then you just threw it away.
I could see that.
That's what I'm saying. Is that even to Matt's point, most of Naruto, when you see him pre-time skip, when they're little children, he's hanging around Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba. Sasuke is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, we get that scene of Sasuke on the dock, and they look at each other and they smile afterward. But they literally never hung out with one another. Their first interactions came in Cell Team 7. Those are their very first interactions with one another on a daily basis. And even then, it was just rivalry. The only reason why Naruto really came to like Sasuke because Sasuke acknowledged him and said, "I want to fight you in the Chunin exam." That was where it really kicked off, and obviously what all happened with Orochi.
And again, you see all those moments, and then you realize he shows, as Kishimoto shows, those moments that Naruto values the most. There was those moments where Naruto's walking down the sidewalk and he sees Sasuke by himself and he doesn't have anybody at the lake. He remembers those. You see every single time whenever he fights Sasuke, he remembers that moment. He remembers that moment by the swing. He remembers that moment where they're going back to their time whenever they were rivals. Like these are moments that Naruto, you can say, oh, Naruto had all these other moments with all the other characters. Why does he need? Well, he had those. What are you talking about? But in terms
because those moments, I will say though, to his point, like those are moments that 100% resonated with Naruto. Personally.
I'm not disputing that, but even Kishimoto said he could have done a better job.
Of course, that's not what at all what I said. But Madara, the thing is, I said it from the start. I don't look at Naruto as the perfect story, but to me, I like it so much more than One Piece in terms of what I read, because it kept me going in terms of following that character, the main character, the character you're supposed to be focusing on. That's it.
Yeah. Well. Again, as Matt said,
it's subjective. Yes, it is subjective. Cool. Yes.
But objectively, Luffy's the best character in One Piece, right?
In One Piece. In One Piece, I mean, Katakuri, I like it.
Senor Pink.
I mean, in One Piece, I mean, it's very debatable. There are people.
I mean, that just goes into subjective, like.
I was just bullshitting, but Luffy.
Yeah, you want to say some bullshit, Rufy? Yeah.
I mean, as far as Naruto goes in the series, I think it's pretty good. Honestly, there's just like way too many more moments, built-up moments, and well-written moments from One Piece that I think trump it.
Absolutely, but then if you were to say, you can say that because it is longer, and then you can also say that Naruto had a bigger impact in One Piece in terms of story.
I mean, that's not exactly true.
That's not true.
Hold on.
In terms of not for like content creation, in terms of for people and the society itself, I can ask so many people and be like, "What was the first thing you ever watched?" And
I would not say that longevity is not a big thing. Like, cause I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Absolutely, no, longevity should be praised. Longevity should be praised. Like, I'm not saying One Piece is terrible. That's the thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me, I like the lore. But in terms of the story, One Piece is one of the best ever. Like, it's true. But like, not really, not necessarily true. There are so many more stories. But
I think it's more fair to say it's one of the better shonens.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna say it's not the top 5 or top 3 shonens ever to be made. I'll say that.
What?
One Piece is one of the top 3 shonens ever.
I would say so.
I don't know.
What 3 would you put up on One Piece?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Tristan Sober, what's up, bro?
You said what 3?
I missed you, bro.
What 3 shonen? What 3 shonen would I put over One Piece right now?
Yeah,
I would say Yu Yu Hakusho would be over.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin would be up there, but I would.
Yo, who the fuck is controlling the stream, dog? All these guys just shut the fuck up.
What?
Dritz has a point.
Dritz, suck my dick. Anyway,
I mean, look. I have Rurouni Kenshin and Yu Yu Hakusho above One Piece right now. That's just me.
I would say Yu Yu Hakusho. I would agree with you on that one. I don't know about Rurouni Kenshin only because it's, for some reason, it just doesn't stick like that.
I agree, Cola.
You guys realize that the only reason that you put these other series above One Piece is because One Piece hasn't finished. Like, the ending is literally what makes or breaks a series at any point in time.
No, I don't think the ending. I don't think the ending makes or breaks. I don't think the ending makes or breaks One Piece.
I don't know about that one.
Behind that is.
It could if we don't get a lot of character conclusions, One Piece could really fall into.
Here's the thing. I think the ending makes One Piece. I think the ending would make One Piece if it was good.
I'm a little pissed, dog.
A prime example of this just happened recently with Game of Thrones. Exactly.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones season 1 to 4 are phenomenal, but look at season 8, bro. That shit's a monstrosity.
The ending matters just as much as the journey does.
I will say this only because we've been reading it for 943 chapters. It has 940. It's almost at 1,000 chapters. For you to say I put in that much time,
are you saying that it's a battle of attrition with our enjoyment? Like,
no. I'm saying if you're reading it and it gives you a horrible ending, it will make all those moments before seem like a waste of time.
Exactly.
In the heat of the moment, that's what that makes that seem like. But the ending for a series, it can either make your series stand out all above the rest, but it does affect your legacy. If you have a bad ending, it's still like, oh yeah, this series was good until X point, but the ending is kind of like all manga in general.
Naruto's a great example. It's like, whenever you think of Naruto, you think most people think shit ending.
Television
Naruto didn't have a bad ending though.
Yes, it did.
Naruto did not have a bad ending.
Yes, it did.
Hold on, let me pick the narrative. Like, think about this. Like, what if How I Met Your Mother ended and he was like, "This is How I Met Your Mother. Who's that?"
No, that was garbage. Anyways, anyways, bro, Naruto did not have a bad ending. Naruto had listen.
Go ahead, Matt.
Naruto had hiccups in the ending. So Kaguya,
the entire last arc in its entirety.
It's 1/3 of the manga.
Let him finish.
No. The ending. So look. The Naruto and Sasuke stuff that happened at the end, that's technically the end of Naruto. Are we right?
Absolutely. It's okay. Fight, and then it's the epilogue where it shows
exactly, and then the epilogue where it shows their kids. That's the ending of that's the ending of Naruto, and the ending of Naruto is not bad because if you no, it was not.
It was horrible. You're right.
It was great.
I love Naruto, bro. And I was a Naruto fan.
Hold on, bro. We got a fantastic fight. We got a resolution.
Oh yeah, because
the resolution was awful.
The fight was awful. Okay.
No, I said the resolution. The fight was good. Everything that came before it sucked, and the ending sucked.
I didn't think that was good.
The resolution?
Yeah.
Regardless.
Chapter 700 was awful.
It was great.
Yeah, okay.
That was literally it was one of the worst endings to a series you could possibly have.
I see where you're coming from. I disagree, but I see where you're coming from.
Dude, I've never.
Would you be okay with a time skip where Luffy just becomes Pirate King as an epilogue?
No, because it's so cliche and so unoriginal. Like that's why Bleach's ending was trash in the last chapter, and it's the exact same with Naruto. It's like I didn't care about it. Boom! At the end of the series, everyone fucked. They all had kids. That's the end.
Bleach's ending was trash.
Bleach's ending was trash, and Naruto was
no. Bleach's ending was trash because nothing was resolved. Nothing was resolved in the Bleach ending. The Bleach ending, for one, was rushed. The Bleach ended in 7 chapters. Like, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Right when Bleach was, right when Kubo was getting back into his stride, then Shonen Jump hit him with the axe. Yo, Bleach is ending in 6 chapters.
I gotta say this real quick as a huge Bleach lover. The beginning of the 1,000 War Blood arc I thought was phenomenal. It was hype. It was
Vergo,
great.
you're not saying anything that nobody else hasn't said. Everybody agrees with that sentiment.
Hey, but honestly, Vergo, isn't the beginning of every arc hype, bro? Because it's
not a lot of people do.
Huh?
Now, Vergo, going back to the log.
Not a lot of people do. A lot of people think it was trash and stuff.
No, bro. Everybody says that the beginning of the 1,000 Blood War arc is like, bro, that's.
Matt, you might think I'm capping. You were the first person I've heard say that.
Bro, you're crazy. You're out your mind, bro. You're out your mind.
I've heard a lot of people say.
Niggas always tell me the whole entire arc was doo-doo.
So Vergo, in terms of what we were saying earlier, in terms of longevity, it's absolutely true. Longevity should be valued because there's Hajime no Ippo, still a great story that's still going over at like 1,100 chapters. I don't know when it's gonna end based on where the story is right now, and it could go even longer. And even when it ends, if it doesn't end well, I'll be fucking upset.
But listen, there's no real clear-cut answer as to what the ending of Hajime no Ippo could be, especially with the developments of 1204.
Absolutely. Like he could go forever with the way the end is right now. He could go for like another 10 years.
Bro, he could go for another 50.
God damn.
No. Right now there is no way that you could decide, or you could even hypothesize when Hajime no Ippo could end.
Couldn't he just end it with one more chapter where the nigga just gets punched in the head and becomes retarded?
No, he couldn't, because there's so many other characters involved. Hajime no Ippo is not just about Ippo.
Okay.
Like even right now, where the story is at currently, it's not even about Ippo.
Said brain dead.
That's what's crazy. It's not even about him.
Bro, Ippo is not even like the main character right now.
Ali, come on now.
Facts. But the thing is, that's going back to what we were saying. Like in terms of longevity, great. It's one of the best series to even keep following. But if it ended and it was just like, well, he became retarded, and that's it.
What?
From when if he lost the fight and then he gets brain
damage. Continue.
Yeah. So like if that was how it ended, I would be supremely upset. Like that's just
What's up, Trent? What's up, Toddy?
What up, bitch? Congrats.
On what? Bitch. I'm catching you, ho.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Wow, is that Toddy?
That's Toddy, the one and only. What's going on, boys?
This bitch ass nigga.
What's good, Toddy?
Hey man, get my
ain't
nigga,
nothing, bitch, but my bitches. Hey,
get my nigga Trent in here. Oh, he's here.
Trent is here, you stupid bitch.
Hey, watch your mouth.
What up, nigga?
Hey, didn't that was done with niggas talking them crazy over the internet?
What's good, my nigga Trent?
No, Vergo.
Whoa, this is my nigga son.
Yo, that was good.
Yo, my nigga, I ain't talking.
Yo, Zypher.
Yo, niggas been involved.
Where are you at in Berserk? I didn't get to catch your last stream.
I love. That's why I love
chapter 18.
It brings the whole family together.
I'm on get the roll call. Who got in here right now?
Okay, so we have Dritz, we got Cola, we got Madara, we got Matt, we got Rufy, we got Sombra, we got you, we got Trent, we got Zypher.
Hey, nigga, you need to say my whole name. It's Mugiwara, man.
Look at the cat,
Sir, put me in a different category from all these niggas. Fuck all of them.
Okay.
Hey, nigga. Time on. Hey, Cola, aren't you new, bro?
Sir,
you a nigga just like the rest of us,
I am
dog.
not new, sir.
You a nigga just like the rest of us.
Cola, calm down, Cola, because Sombra has a point. Just because I've known you for
First off, Virgo,
I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking
right now. Hey, what's in the stream? I run this shit now. Anyway,
I have my hand on the kick button. Keep trying me.
Cola's been around for a minute.
I've known Cola for
He's
years.
just known as the community fuckboy.
For years.
I'm the community pariah, bitch. Fuck out of my face.
All right, kicking this nigga.
Hey, why you trying to fight me, dog?
You gonna have to pick that nigga like the Bucks.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna have to kick me. Kawhi Leonard kicked the
Hey,
butt.
That's
real
enough.
quick, bro, on a serious
Anyway, that's
note,
enough.
like,
But
hey, bro, real quick, on a
Hey,
serious
just
note,
like
can
Kawhi
somebody
Leonard
in
shot
LA,
2 games and
somebody
body.
record anime fan
go
talks
ahead.
about
Oh,
that?
there's so much niggatry, y'all. I'm only half black. I can't take it.
This nigga here.
Hey,
So
could somebody could somebody in LA record anime fan talks about
Hey,
that, bro?
so we gotta
What am I?
change Toddy's name to Logic, because every time I talk to this nigga, he has to remind people that he's half black.
I mean, Toddy does look white, so I mean, can
yes, the master race, baby.
Nani?
Light skin, right skin.
Wait, what?
What?
Somebody throw him into the shadow realm.
Hey, Toddy's more master than nigga. Keep that in mind.
Oh wow. Oh, that's fucked up.
Toddy is
No, nigga, I be a house nigga. I be teaching the kids how to read. While y'all out there,
shadow realm.
gardening.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Anyway, I guess we can get a little bit back on top. And actually, I don't really want to get back on top because I feel like that whole
No, just let me jump in. I'll jump in.
That whole Naruto better than One Piece debate is like kind of wild to me.
What were you guys even talking about whenever I came in here? What's like the actual discussion?
Which one's more trash?
There was shut the fuck up. Anyway, they feel like Naruto is better than One Piece, basically, just.
Really?
That's what they were saying.
Oh, okay.
I would say the first half of Naruto and the first couple of arcs post time skip is better than One Piece.
I enjoyed Naruto more than I enjoyed.
And that's fine.
If anyone wants my opinion, as the resident opinion master,
honestly, in retrospect, for me, what
the fuck?
Fuck you.
Yeah, go ahead, dude. What you say?
Did anybody ask this guy?
Hold on. I asked myself, and I'll answer. So I think the first, if you take the entirety of One Piece versus. If you take the entirety of One Piece versus the first half of Naruto plus the first couple of arcs after the time skip, I would say Naruto is better than One Piece. But because Naruto's ending was so awful, I would put One Piece over it
for me,
I actually value your opinion a little bit more. Go ahead.
I don't know. For me, I don't really even like the beginning of Naruto that much.
Oh, really? That was the best part.
It's all right, but like. I really like the time skip way more than I like.
Oh no.
So like finish.
Oh man!
Exactly. Tell me.
Hold on. I'm curious to hear because I've never heard that before.
Wait, are we talking? Are we just talking content overall, anime, manga, or what are we specific? What are we specifying?
Well, I read the manga and I watched the anime.
I also did.
For me, it's like there are a lot of low points for the post time skip. I feel like the high points for Naruto the post time skip are so much better. Because like I know people like the Chunin exam, but I didn't really fuck with the Chunin exam that much.
What?
Yeah, it was okay.
Dritz, you're weird. You don't like anything.
I don't like tournaments. I don't like Yu Hakusho that much.
Whoa, come on.
I don't care about
Dritz's so many voices.
Yo, Dritz's favorite manga is Berserk. So let's.
Yeah,
that does say a lot.
Throw him in the garbage.
Anyway, hold on. I gotta ask them real quick. So you don't like tournaments? Do you like Yu Hakusho though?
Like I like Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's not one of my favorites. Like that's one of the things about Togashi. Like I don't really like. I feel like whenever Togashi runs out of ideas, he just goes to a tournament arc.
Watch your mouth. Toddy is here now. There will be no Togashi slander. There will be no Togashi slander.
Does that mean Hunter x Hunter started off with
Togashi is the greatest writer of all time.
Hey,
I
real quick, I got a question for you, Dritz. So, why do you like the second part of Naruto? Is it because he forgot about the rest of the squad?
For me,
and
it's like
on one nigga?
Was it the magic? Was it the high fiving?
No, for me, it was kind of about like the stakes, where like I really, really enjoyed the idea and like the aura behind the Akatsuki as like a villain, as opposed to the pre-time skip. Orochimaru was cool and everything, but I feel like the atmosphere for the post-time skip was so much better from what I personally enjoy more. And
it was a lot more mature. There was a lot more.
Realized we still had the Akatsuki pre-time skip, so he could have
but like
everybody out.
They weren't prevalent though. They weren't in the forefront.
Yeah, it would have been impossible to show off their abilities and write it logically with a bunch of kids. And besides, I'm still traumatized from the fact that Rock Lee was neg-diffed as a character by Kishimoto, so that's probably a little bit of bias there.
Yeah. So was Naruto.
Yeah, like my favorite part of Naruto might be Rock Lee versus Gaara. Like I love that shit. It's absolutely amazing. Even though like I'm not great into like tournament arcs, that shit was like objectively ridiculously hype. But
objectively
ridiculous.
I do think. Go ahead.
You show someone the Gaara Rock Lee fight, they're like, holy shit, the Beatles are fighting some emo kid.
I have yet to show anyone that entire fight and them not to say it was hype. I have yet.
It's literally so good. Like dub or sub, it's great.
I do think a lot of tournaments arcs are cheap and it's like really overused in shonen. But what I liked about the Chunin exam is it kind of broke the mold. It wasn't just fighting to see who was the best. They actually had different portions of the exam, and each portion of that was really
I'm not saying I hated it or anything. Like I thought the tuning exam was cool.
There's actually the threat of death involved.
Yeah, like I thought the tuning exam was cool, but like I'm not saying it's like my favorite arc of Naruto. Not for me, at least. I don't.
You said that was your favorite part of pre-time skip, but what did you think about the Zabuza arc? Because I would consider that one of the top 10 arcs of all time.
Hey! It's not called the
all
Zabuza
time?
arc. You better put respect on the
Land
Land
of
of Waves. All right.
Land of the Waves, baby.
Land of the Waves.
You guys don't universally think that the rescuing Sasuke arc was the best arc?
I think Land of the Waves. Land of the Waves, tuning exams, and then the rescue Sasuke.
Yo, nobody said the Ninja War arc.
Bro,
I'm
this turned into a
surprised.
Naruto stream.
And then the
Fuck
pain,
Naruto.
the pain war, the pain arc was probably the best arc if you take out him reviving everybody.
Yeah, that cheapened it, man.
Like if they would have ended Naruto at that fight with Pain, it would be.
It should have ended shortly after that. Like there should have been like one more arc that was kind of like smaller and condensed, but like bringing back every single person that ever died, it just completely ruined the stakes, dude.
I feel like Naruto could have became Hokage after he defeated Pain.
He's stronger than like the current Hokage and anyone else in the village. Like,
I feel like one of the things. I feel like one of the things the Pain arc kind of suffered from was kind of like Kishimoto. I don't think at that point in time he kind of had it figured out where he wanted it to go exactly to end. Because in his interviews, he said that like after he wrote the Pain arc and like Pain gave the speech about war, that he then decided that there was going to be a giant war with Naruto, so he didn't have it preconceived.
Yeah, that shit was kind of.
So it's kind of like it's kind of weird.
I don't know why that keeps on. Why does this keep on happening in shonen? Where like it'll go for a while, and at about 75%, you'll have one of the greatest arcs in the series, and it would be a perfect time to start tying the strings and closing things up. But I don't know if it's because because the editors are kind of like forcing them to like draw it out. But in the last 25% of so many great ass manga, it starts falling apart. Production value goes way down. The story is like really, really rushed and disconnected. So like it just happens repeatedly. Like the best example I can think of is Toriko.
It's
what a masterpiece.
I got a theory on that. You can't set the bar too high because if you set the bar too high, it stops the next generation from trying.
Listen. I'm gonna lay rest to all of this, okay? Toriko is not a masterpiece by any stretch of the margin, okay?
Matt,
y'all
before you continue,
look.
Matt,
I love it.
Can you tell? Are you gonna?
Hey, body bag him. Body bag him.
Go ahead.
Wait, what'd you say?
I want you to go through the bullet points as to why.
I'm gonna go through the bullet points as to why.
Body bag him, Matt.
The writing in Toriko literally became just a hype fest. It was a hype.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That-
towards the end, it did become a hype fest, but it wasn't
Dude.
always that way.
When you go back and you watch, I mean, okay, look. The cooking festival was was like literally the highest point of Toriko, and
Yeah, where it should have.
immediately after that, it just started to fall to
Exactly.
oblivion.
But I don't think that
The
takes away from the entire thing.
The cooking festival, like I think it ended in chapter like 270. Though the Toriko continued on for another 120 chapters after that.
And it was a lot of trash. Now that you mention it, it's about a third of Toriko.
It was a lot of
a whole
trash.
third. A whole third is trash. He's right.
It was a lot of trash, bro. Like, and look, Laz will sit up here and say that Bleach is trash, right? But he'll sit up here and say that Toriko's a masterpiece. What? In what world?
Toriko, Bleach was only good for like 25%, and then it was a joke.
You're wild.
It was, y'all. Come on, after Aizen, that shit was poopy.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm upset.
Well, Aizen consists of like more than 50%.
You gotta have one. Then you gotta get our ones.
What? You said we gotta have ones.
Me and Toddy.
Oh,
25%.
Bro, yeah,
25%. Whenever the Aizen arc was over, after the what's it called, bro? Hueco Mundo.
That's like
after Hueco Mundo, that writing went down, and they had to use like cheap ass tricks to take away. Vergo, tell me,
that's over.
Vergo, tell me how many times.
That's over 50% of the series.
No, what? Y'all must be talking about the anime because the manga went on for a minute.
Because that's way over 25%.
Bro,
if you think like 3 major arcs of the series are only 25%, there's no way, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does anybody have the numbers?
Look, hold on.
Because y'all ain't coming with the stats.
Forget the numbers.
You're gonna make me fucking open Google.
Dude, listen, forget the numbers. Forget the numbers, right?
The Serente arc began in Manga Volume 11. Is when the Serente arc began.
The Serente.
Hueco Mundo did not end until Manga, I think, 65.
Yeah,
when Hueco Mundo stopped.
Man, you're confusing me, nigga. Like, give me either the volume number or the chapter.
Bro, he just said 65.
I said 65.
65 out of how many chapters?
Bro, from 11 to 65.
From 11 to 65.
From 11 to 65.
I retract that then.
I know you do.
I messed up.
Aizen was a big part of Bleach. But look, this is what I say. This is what I say about Bleach, right? If you insert the full bring arc, now obviously you would have to make a little bit of adjustments, okay?
Bleach is trash.
But if you insert the full bring arc right after Soul Society, right after the Soul Society arc, then Bleach instantly goes up at least a letter grade. Because it just makes more sense.
So it goes from an F to a D?
No. Bleach is a C. Bleach is easily a C right now.
Easily, yeah, I agree with that.
C plus.
Yeah, it's only because of that power scale with the full bringers. If you put them there, it makes it make more sense because of those characters that are involved, and it's the fact that the Soul Society, they come and help Ichigo.
I disagree. The Fullbringer arc should have been brought up, like not the Fullbringer arc, but like what Fullbringers were and who the other Fullbringers were should have been brought up at that time. But the Fullbringer arc happened at the perfect time because without Ichigo losing his powers to Aizen, we wouldn't even know what the next pinnacle would be.
I just said with minor adjustments, like just minor
point.
Changes.
Fair point.
So look. When you look back, right, you have Ichigo's hollow form coming out at the very, very, very end of Soul Society, and all throughout the beginning of Bleach, you had hints of Ichigo being possibly linked to hollows and stuff. And what did we learn that Fullbringers were? Their parents were attacked by hollows, and that's why they have the powers that they have. Okay, so then you have that. If you insert that right there, then that instantly ties into Ichigo, and then instead of Ichigo relying on the Vizards instead of Ichigo just relying on the Vizards to control his hollow powers, he could have asked the Fullbringers to help him do so as well. And then you combine the faction of the Vizards and the Fullbringers together, and then it makes a little bit more sense if they show up together during that, you know, when the visors came and they had that crazy panel when they saved everybody, if you would have had the Fullbringer show up in that panel too, it would have been a little bit more even.
Also, to add on to what Matt was saying, just
wait,
like
wait,
real
wait,
quick,
one more
just
thing.
for numbers.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the last chapter of Aizen versus Ichigo is chapter 421 out of 686. So that's like.
And okay. So look, one more thing, right? With the substitute, the substitute Shinigami badge that Ichigo got, right? And then the way that the Fullbringer arc was making it seem was like Ukitake was a bad dude, like he was an antagonist because of the way that he manipulated Ichigo. Now, if they would have had if they would have had something, you know, like that, and you have Ukitake, he actually shows up or something, and then there's a brief like there's another brief fight between, like, let's say the Fullbringers and then some of the captains or some of the, you know, some of the Gorosei, then that would that would further, you know, reinforce certain things that happened in the Aizen arc with the Arankar and all of that stuff. So I just think that for one, with arc placement, and then two, just like Kubo just thinking a little bit more. Yeah, he just dropped the ball.
Yeah, TJ Kubo did drop the ball, man, and I'm really sad about that because Bleach was one of my series that I was thoroughly looking forward to week, and then I was like, oh, can I see this Bankai next week? Can I see this Bankai next week?
And Bleach was dope, dude. Not gonna lie.
Bleach had the best fights out of the big three.
Bleach had some of the best art, man, and nobody ever talks about it.
Bleach had the best anime out of the whole
and they
big
had the
three.
best OST.
Oh, for sure.
So do
you guys think that what happened to Bleach, is just a byproduct of it competing with One Piece and Naruto? Do you think that it got?
I think the author got. I think don't want to say I read somewhere, but I think I heard somewhere that the author was butting heads with the editors, and he essentially stopped really giving it his all, and he started kind of half-assing it.
That is actually what happened.
Hey, but if you're butting heads with your editors, chances are is because your editors want you to outperform series like One Piece and Naruto. So
your editors. The problems a lot of authors run into, and it's why, like, I think Togashi is so successful because he's solidified himself where you just don't fuck with him. Is the editors will actually start telling you, you know, extend this, like, change your story, your vision in your head. That has to change. We need this person to fight this person, you know.
Yeah, for marketing purposes.
So here's the thing. So
and if you have a story in mind, a cohesive story, like imagine if the editors fucked with Hunter x Hunter and the Chimera Ant arc, they said it was too slow and shit. We would have never had that vision.
Kishimoto originally intended to make Hokage fucking like that.
It's not that it was competing with Naruto and One Piece. It's just that it was in the same era because they're still a part of the same magazine.
That they were sharing. So basically, they were sharing the same space, and there wasn't enough room.
But Bleach was selling in top 10, like every.
Yes, they just want them all to be successful to make the most money.
Only one person can really be number one, bro. There's not enough space for three niggas.
I'm not.
Okay. So why do you have to be? What was happening with Kubo was that Kubo himself said he was losing inspiration, and by the time he got done with the Fullbring arc, he knew that he wanted to do the Quincy's or the Stern Ritters, but he didn't have a lot of material to go off of. Shonen Jump wanted him to go beyond the Stern Ritters, but he was telling them that he was running out, and they wanted him to keep on going. Tite Kubo ended Bleach, not Shonen Jump.
Well, I thought he also had a 15-year contract. He's at the end of it. That's why it ended.
No, he added an extension. When you go and read his interview in Anime Complex, he said Shonen Jump wanted him to keep going. He lost inspiration for the series.
Well, that's actually a pretty common thing to do. One of my favorite mangas of all time, Tokyo Ghoul. The way that series ended was basically because the author just lost passion. I mean, it's a pretty common thing to do. I feel like people kind of underestimate how ridiculously hard it is to like actually end a series in a way that, it's really hard.
Come on, Dritz. Not even any series, bro. Just any project.
That's why I have so much respect for Togashi, because like he's probably seen like all these fantastic series go down in flames and their legacies are ruined because the endings are bad. And instead of just rushing his or saying it's
never
done,
gonna write it.
he takes his time And like and yeah, it might not be as fast as we want, but when those chapters, like the 10 chapters that came out last year, those in my opinion were the best 10 chapters of manga of 2018.
Wait,
I would rather have my series go on the way the author intended rather than just having it right now and having something so dissatisfying. And to wrap this point up, I was surprised.
You're on crack, bro. Them
Well,
chapters
the thing is, like maybe
Hunter were trash.
What?
Were they trash?
Are you kidding me?
Or were they trash as far as the story
Brago in here.
progression goes?
No, well, maybe if you just read the 10 chapters straight, but if you went back and reread, hold on, if you went back and reread the whole arc about the boat, you will realize that those chapters were fucking amazing.
Toddy,
like I
Toddy,
damn near
Toddy,
cried
okay,
when Homegirl died.
Okay, wait a second. Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Togashi would be able to keep up that same quality if he was writing week to week?
Of course not.
No. Not now. Not now.
No,
Clearly
no,
no.
Period.
Of course
period.
not.
Okay, so
well, he has.
Why,
he has.
so,
In the early days of Hunter x Hunter, he did do it continuously before he started taking the hiatus. And Yu Yu Hakusho was
you realize that Togashi has never written Hunter x Hunter consistently for more than a year. You realize that, right?
He's not.
I thought it was 2 years.
No, it was never more than a year. He's never gone more than a year without taking.
What about Yu Yu Hakusho?
Dude,
that was in
was over 20
years
years ago. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's over 20 years ago. I'm not talking about.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Week to week I'll give you week to week is tough, and I know a lot of authors don't have the same kind of liberties Togashi does. But I would rather that they did. I would rather my favorite series go on hiatus for however long it takes for the story to be complete. Because at the end of the day, nigga, when we're like 66. Hunter x Hunter is going to be over, and we're going to have a manga that was perfect from start to finish.
Hunter x Hunter is never going to end.
Are you high?
Hunter is never.
You guys got to keep hope, man. You got to keep hope.
Hunter is never going to end.
A Song of Ice and Fire is going to end, and so is Hunter x Hunter.
That guy's going to die.
Dude, One Piece is going to end before Hunter x Hunter is.
Yeah, I agree. But I still think it'll eventually end because he hasn't gone forever without coming back. And I feel like he would say, if you know what, I'm throwing in the towel. He would throw in the towel if he knew it was never coming back.
He's already said it that he may die before the story even finishes. So who are we to question what the man says is the possibility?
Well, you just can't assume. We don't know. We don't know if it'll end or not. I'd rather every chapter I've read of Hunter x Hunter to be amazing than for him to just start rushing it or handing it off to people and it turns into what One Piece is or what Naruto was towards the end, or what Bleach was.
He should just let somebody draw his series for him and he should write it.
I agree with that.
If he really cared about the fans, he really cared about the fans, and he really cared as much as I want to finish.
He should
story.
do what one does,
dude. Just let.
Wait, not even one, bro. What the author of Berserk does, bro. Release one a month, top tier quality, and start figuring out how technology works for you. Get some fucking assistance, bro. You're old as fuck. Figure it out.
And then look, my last point on this is like, I love Togashi just as much, maybe not as much as you, because it seems like the wank is strong over there.
The wank is as strong as it's ever been.
But listen, man, I love Togashi. Togashi is the author of my favorite series, so or my favorite anime, I should say. But the thing is that Togashi is given liberties that if someone like Oda, if someone like Kubo, if someone like Kishimoto would have had, then we probably wouldn't even be talking about Hunter x Hunter.
No way. That's not true.
Listen. If Bleach, if Kubo, if One Piece,
the way that they have is because he has those liberties.
No, I'll give you this, Matt. I'll give you this. If Kubo did have the liberties, I think Bleach would be talked about more, and it never would have declined in popularity. However, the quality of Hunter x Hunter
they have is what's stopping them from writing. The fact that they have so much creative liberty. Don't you think that deadlines are what keep people accountable?
No, because it's a week. It's a week.
It's too much, man. It's too much on these authors. Let's be real. Like we like to get caught up in what we want and we stop forgetting about the people that are actually writing them. They
Working
have
behind
lives.
it. Okay,
Shit
fair.
comes up, and an author of a novel, your favorite novel series, could have taken years to get 500 pages down. But these manga authors, they gotta shovel this shit out week by week by week and alter their story based on like people's reaction and not really like
Dude,
giving their vision.
just
I would rather
look at
that they have
Kubo.
these liberties and they
Look at
publish when they want to publish and they
look at
publish what they want to publish.
look at Kubo before Bleach
And how much
started.
they want to publish.
Look at Kubo before Bleach started, and look at Kubo after.
I agree, Toddy.
Burnt the fuck out, boy.
Like, dude, his health is literally deteriorating.
Burnt the fuck out.
And that's the same. That's the same as all mangakas. You see this with George Morikawa. You see it with the author of Berserk, Miura. You see it with Togashi. If Oda, someone like Oda, who we know gets 3 hours of sleep, and they had to put him on his special break schedule so that his health does not just deteriorate all the way down to nothing, right? So listen. Wait. If let's just say someone like Oda, if Oda could release 2 chapters a month, right?
Okay.
Do you, bro? One Piece
would
be
way better than what
One
the fuck
Piece
we're
would
getting.
be way better than Hunter x Hunter.
I will
One Piece would be
agree.
way
I will
better.
agree that both
Way better than what we're getting.
Bleach and One Piece could be better if they were given the liberties. But I do not think Koba or Oda have the creativity and the artistic mind that Togashi and George R.R. Martin and Stephen King and all the great authors, I don't think they have it in them, because One Piece, even in its beginning, like it got me lost in the world. But goddamn, if he didn't reuse the same goddamn storylines every single arc.
Wait, hold on.
So I will admit it'd be a lot better, but I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be held in such a high esteem for writing.
Hey, but Toddy, there's really nothing new under the sun, bro. So all you can do is fix old shit.
Yo, too many voices. I can't hear any of you guys.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like authors like Murata who have a month to themselves?
Man, honestly, monthly manga, like a lot of people sleep on them because they're obsessed with shonen. But some of these monthly mangas are banging. Have y'all read Vinland Saga?
Yo, that shit is hot.
What do y'all?
Man, when they got time to work on the art, man, and every page looks like a goddamn masterpiece.
I have a question for you guys.
I love it.
Here's an example of what's going on currently. What about manhwas and Korean and Chinese?
It's great for the atmosphere because you like honestly, like the fact that you're introducing a whole new realm of competition forces the mangakas to, either raise their level of craft or either fall the fuck off.
Manga suffering the same mistakes that manga do.
They're in color and they have better art. I can't even front with that. They're
competition is never been a bad thing when it comes to growing a platform and growing.
Have you read Solo Leveling, Virgo?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you don't like Solo Leveling?
I like Solo Leveling. I just dropped it at like chapter.
That was not me.
You haven't even gotten. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Whenever it comes to these kinds of series, it's
hold on, hey, Cola. Before you say what you say, I just want to say that Strike Savage said the Breaker is God tier. I know you would enjoy that.
Fucking fire, dude! What? Legendary. I'm gonna need that.
I knew you were like, Tyler got better than everything you guys been talking about the past hour.
Yeah, the Breaker does go hard.
Breaker's pretty good.
The legendary, but
I think the third part's coming out at some point.
No,
what's up? The only problem is whenever it comes to these new competitions is just because they are new. Nobody even gives them a chance. I found so many stuff that just came out like months ago, like Solo Leveling, like Tower of God. I've known for a few years now, but there's also stuff like God of High School.
Have you read Lookism?
What?
Lookism?
No, I haven't read that one.
Highly recommend it. That's probably the best manga I've read so far, and I've read
really. So like,
dozens,
there's so many ones that I haven't even checked out yet, but they're all so good, and nobody.
You know what the difference between manhwa and a series like One Piece are?
Coverage, dog. That's all it is coverage.
Exactly.
If you treat these fucking anime and these manga like a goddamn news station, and you have multiple people, multiple facets, multiple personalities, multiple takes on a different type, like on a different chapter each week, bro, obviously your series is gonna grow because it's a word of mouth advertising at the end of the day. That's the only
and that's why Tower of God is starting to take off because of certain YouTubers like Hemmings.
Absolutely, because they're pushing the fucking agenda. That's what you have to do. If you don't push the buttons, nothing happens.
Also, read Bastard. That's a great series.
I must
I haven't read Bastard yet, but I'll read it.
Oh, that's top 5 so far.
I'm gonna need Drizzt to send me these other ones because I've read a few.
I literally. I haven't talked to him about, but I've read most manga that I've been able to get my hands on.
What? I'm gonna need some of these. Have you read let me see. I got these tabs open right now. These tabs on these weekly drops. Have you read Last Human?
Yeah.
Fire. So like,
and y'all got so much time to read.
Have you read Skeleton Soldier?
You always find time to read. Just stop doing it.
Yeah, I'd rather you boys.
No,
be
man,
reading.
I gotta be working,
bro.
I got like 4 or 5 homeboys in the community that pass along masterpieces when they come along, and those are the only ones I stopped to read. The last masterpiece that was passed to me was Vinland Saga, and before that it was Vagabond. And I'm gonna start a Tower of God soon. But as far as like taking a chance on a series, taking a chance, my standards are just too high for storytelling.
It's better than
your standards are.
I need to start Berserk. I need Berserk.
Toddy, before you start anything else, if you like Vinland Saga, read Berserk.
Okay, yeah, Berserk is on the list. I might move it up, but people are telling me Tower of God is like something.
Yo, wait a second, Toddy. Don't read Berserk, bro. Go watch it. Go watch it.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I was Matt, when I was a little shoddy eating bologna sandwiches and shit in school, I watched the first anime way back in the day, and I loved it. And then shit went fucking crazy at the end, and it kind of scared me. And ever since then, I brushed it off. Like, man, that shit is too crazy.
Toddy, Toddy,
don't listen to this guy, Matt. He's telling you to watch the anime.
No, wait a second.
Isn't the anime like some 3D shit?
Yo, if you got scared of the anime,
nigga, I was like 10.
Yo, listen, if you got scared of the anime, then you're gonna have nightmares about the manga.
Nigga, I was 10, nigga. That was damn near 19.
Listen. Okay, let me just tell you. I read Berserk when I was like, I think I was like 20.
Yo, Milo,
19, 20 or 19, something like that. Bro, when I read that, I had nightmares for like a week.
Actually, I really want to fuck with Berserk. Everybody that's actually read Berserk always hold it up to like the top 3 standards. That's the shit I like to see, where everybody that's seen the series
but it is overhyped. I read it. It's good, but it's overhyped.
Yeah, but you're cola.
Everything's overhyped. Everything is overhyped
on the internet.
Like everything.
It all comes down to whatever you personally enjoy.
The thing is like, and this is why I get a lot of shit for like my criticisms on One Piece. Now that I'm growing older and I've seen a shitload of stories, I'm gravitating towards more mature stories with actual consequences. That's why I'm moving away from shonen and kind of gravitating towards these stories, like Vagabond and Vinland Saga.
Why do you feel like that?
So I'm not really interested in a lot of shonen.
You can't relate to the characters because they don't suffer like you do. Is that what it is?
Say what?
You feel like you can't relate to these characters because they ain't suffering like you?
No, because I want to get immersed in the story, and I can't get immersed when Deus Ex Machina, like, and say, let's pick My Hero Academia, where it's, man, the worst thing that's going to happen is like a side character fucking dies and it's a trigger for a new power up. There's not really any consequences. There's no mature themes being discussed. With One Piece, you really have to reach to say mature themes are being discussed.
Hold on. Would you say the reason that you don't read these mangas is because you can't relate? So since you can't relate, you chase after stories that are like more feasible for your reality?
Yo, no, it's just something. It's what I can get immersed in. I'm all for fantasy and everything. I'm all for fantasy or whatever, as long as the story is believable and there's true consequences. Because in the real world, man, like things aren't always going to go your fucking way, and you're not
But
always going to
I
win.
would disagree. I would say that since One Piece is written from Luffy's perspective, it isn't a story about like not having consequences. It's a story about a realistic expectation coming from a one-sided perspective from one individual who tried to make his dream a reality. So I don't
But
think
his perspective is not what's on display. What's on display
Bro,
is an actual
that's
sequence of
crazy.
events, and these sequence
Nobody
of
heard
events
that.
are shit like Mama G knocking her head on a rock and getting amnesia. It's about God Jr. getting hungry and eating donuts instead of saving his family. I can't get immersed in a world like that.
how many times can you count on your hand where you shouldn't have made it out of a situation, but you fucking did it anyway? That's what one.
Nigga, I hit my head on the door this morning. I damn sure didn't forget all my memories. That is ridiculous.
Hold
Like
on.
One Piece, it just
thing, dog. So
you really have to. I don't like suspending. I don't
world.
like suspending my sense of disbelief to a certain extent. I'm okay with doing it to an extent, but when it's something that is just, man, like I can tell, man, this is only to drive the plot along. When an event happens to only drive the plot along, and the story doesn't flow cohesively, and the plot doesn't move like a river, I get drawn out of it, man. I've read too many stories. I've seen too many things. I know life isn't like that.
Because you haven't read the story, like if it's because you haven't read the story chapter after chapter, is it because you're reading it week by week? If you sit on something for a week, of course you're gonna find plot holes. Of course you're gonna find something wrong with it. But if you read
No, man, I'll give you an example. I dropped One Piece during Dressrosa because it was so trash, and then I picked it back up. I read Dressrosa start to finish and deep into Whole Cake Island, and I was still rolling my eyes a lot.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Whole Cake is like the weakest form of writing that Oda has presented, like post time, like after the time skip. But regardless of that fact, it doesn't mean that just because like some chapters weren't as good as they were, that the arc in its entirety wasn't at least a 7 or an 8.
Well, things like this are subjective because people. That's the thing. That's the thing in this community, man. Like if you tell somebody you don't like something that they really like, they don't really want to empathize. They want to get really mad because you just dislike something they like, and what you like and dislike is subjective. I can't suspend my sense of disbelief that much, but a lot of people in the community can, and they love it. And whereas like I'm not mad at anybody that loves One Piece.
It's a shonen, Daddy. Like
I understand that. I understand that, but you know what else is a shonen? Hunter x Hunter, and that's one of the top 5 stories ever told. You know what else is a
Hey, Toddy, any story that isn't finished
I'm
is one of the top 5 stories ever told. I'm sorry. As much as I love Hunter x Hunter, it's not finished, so it doesn't deserve a spot.
I mean,
it doesn't even
in
deserve
my
a
opinion,
spot.
I guess.
Like,
well, it's subjective. That's the thing. Everybody can have their opinions. Like some of you guys like Tower of God. Some of you guys said it was overrated. Some of you guys recommend Berserk. Some of you guys say it's overrated. What people like is unique to the individual. And I might bag on it, but there are people that empathize with me where they're like, man, nigga, I have been reading this for 20 years. I'm damn near 30. And this nigga has a lion growing out of his stomach. There are people like me. And that doesn't mean they're fucking assholes or they just hate everything. That just means that they want a different type of storytelling.
That's fair.
You know?
Right, but hold on. I get wanting a different type of storytelling. What I don't get is wanting a different type of storytelling from the same story.
I would like to see it grow. Like there are series that have been going on so long to where as they grew, the maturity level grew with the audience. And so it was really, really beloved.
Yeah, hey, what Milo is asking is what I want to know. What story considered to have grown with the audience?
For instance, now this isn't a manga, but Harry Potter. When it first started, a lot of people were in elementary school and they picked up that book, and they would never explore concepts like death and consequences. But by the end, people were dying left and right.
It's not fair because it's not the same medium.
Why? No, it's about a story in general, guys.
Hey, but regardless of
the art of storytelling, like covers a lot of mediums.
How the story is presented is very important. Rappers tell stories all the time. You can't compare a rap song to a manga, bro. You have to compare the same medium to the same medium. If not,
okay, well, fine. Didn't Naruto grow in its maturity and in its storytelling, where at the beginning there was no consequences? These kids were just running around. They would have moments of maturity, but it was lighthearted for a lot of it. And then the last half of Naruto was very, very dark, and they explored very, very complex concepts, albeit trash concepts. but
the
dark
last
concepts
chapter,
nonetheless.
Jesus was dark when he brought back Guy from the dead. You want to talk about consequences? The only people that died were the villains and Neji. Naruto brought back a
Well,
man from the dead.
Jiraiya died.
Okay, guess the third Hokage died in the first pre in the pre-time skip.
Well,
So two
it's not
people
just death,
died.
Milo. It's
Like
not just death.
that.
It's a
You
it's a
brought up
general
death.
feel. It's a feel of the storytelling. And whereas the beginning was very lighthearted, you can read every chapter with a smile. Towards the end,
You could.
your feelings
You
of
could.
escalation kind of turn into feelings of
You don't
anxiety
remember the
and
Forest of
genuine
Death
concern.
when there was a child predator roaming around, biting little boys in the neck with a
I
long
know
tongue?
that there's
Like,
spikes, Milo. I know that there's spikes, but I'm saying if like you put it on a line chart, you might see those spikes, but you'll also see a general upward trend
okay, so you
towards
wanna
maturity.
talk about maturity? Let's talk about Killer Bee rapping every line like a grown idiot.
Man, like you can pick all the outliers if you want to, but I'm saying as an overview,
No, like,
as an overview.
no, because Naruto didn't really change. He grew up in the story. I'll give you that. He grew up and he saw more of the ninja world, but the world didn't change. He was exposed to death from early. Yo, Zabuza was killing people in front
I
of
know,
his
I
eyes.
know, I know. I'm
Like,
talking in a I'm taking a big step back though. I'm not looking at these instances. If you want to, we can switch it to Toriko. If you want to, we can switch it to I don't know off the top of my head right
Toriko,
now, but
the world got bigger.
Detective
That's all
Conan.
that happened.
You know, not Detective Conan. That was the worst example I could get.
Yeah,
But,
come on. Give me one. Give me one where
I'd
the
say
story.
Toriko escalated in maturity.
Berating him.
I'm
I would say
berating-
Toriko.
I'm not
I don't know why
berating.
you guys want to keep the medium to manga though. Like my point is a method of
Because
storytelling,
you're
not
comparing
specifically.
a manga.
It's
And
fair
that's a
if you take
very
inspiration from other
special
stories, but
medium.
it's not fair if you're comparing a manga to a novel. If you're comparing a manga to a movie, it's not fair because it's not the same medium. You're
Well,
not
you can put a label on it if you want to, but what I'm doing personally is comparing a story to a story.
You can't do that.
And in time, the audience, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, these are both stories. You can put a label if you wanted to. At the end of the day, these are both stories.
It is important.
Toddy, that's like saying I tell my friends what happens in my day, right? But as I get older, more serious stuff happens to me, and comparing that to One Piece, because I'm telling a story. What happens in my day is a story.
Man,
And when I was
you use your wit. You use your wit to manipulate some shit, Milo, and it's not fair because it'll probably. I see what you're doing, nigga, and it'll probably convince a lot of people, but that shit is gross.
He's not manipulating anything, bro. He can't explain his day how Oda can write his story. It's a fair comparison. It's a fair metaphor. So again, you can't compare two different mediums to something that isn't the same.
Guys, I just see it differently, and maybe there's some. Maybe I haven't read every shonen out there, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys, maybe some people in the chat, maybe be able to bring up some examples. But I still feel the same about Naruto. I still feel like it matured over time, regardless if there was outliers or not. I still feel it matured over time.
Pause. In the chat, Leo Messi said, "Toddy, just say Hunter X example."
Yeah, what am I thinking? Hunter. Nigga going from these niggas on a boat and trying to catch eggs to you sympathizing with a villain and the extermination of the human race. What am I? I'm so stupid. Thank you, Leo.
Got saved.
Thank you, Leo. And that's part of the magic of Hunter x Hunter is because the audience grew with that shit, man.
Like the world got big. Like when you say it gets more nah, man.
Mature. It does get more mature. At the beginning, think about it. These niggas were catching eggs and hitting pigs on the head. By the end of it, you're crying over a villain that died that you're not even sure was supposed to die for the sake of humanity. That is maturity.
Let me interject. Hold on. It's not very mature. He went from going fighting niggas with a fishing rod, just catching their shit, to him pounding Pito's face over and over again to the ground.
Over and over because his mind was broken. Can you imagine in One Piece where the main character's mind is literally shattered to the point where he's not even recognizable? Like that is.
I would say that doesn't happen.
It's so powerful because you grew with this character, man. You watch him go from innocent to seeing like the trials and tribulations of the real world and the consequences, and discovering loss and how permanent loss is, and that sometimes you can't take back the bad things.
You're not going to find it in Luffy, bro. You're more likely to find that in Usopp because Usopp is a character that's weak and has suffered and has gone through the consequences of his actions throughout the entire story.
Nigga, if Usopp is pounding the nigga's head in that's been caved in for 10 minutes because his mind is shattered, I will fucking say One Piece is the greatest story ever told. Fair. But we both know that is not going to happen. Niggas have lions thrown out of their stomach.
Bro. He has gone from fucking nothing to God. Usopp, he has fucking faced all of his fears. Grown as a character.
That's not on the same scale.
He's using his courage now. Bro. Like Usopp failed so many.
I just don't feel like it's on the same scale.
Coming, bro. So honestly, you just gotta wait.
Mature teams. Wait. One Piece, Fishman Island. You want to talk about mature teams?
If we start talking about Fishman Island, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, you see, that's biased. I mean,
nigga, it's so boring.
If you can't realize the maturity of Fishman Island, then I don't know. A man who literally has no reason to be upset except the bigotry that was passed down to him. From a woman, generation. Like a child who kept the killer a secret so that the hatred wouldn't keep spreading all of these years. Like
that was a very powerful speech. That was a very powerful speech, and you would be right if all those things took place in the current timeline. But the problem with One Piece is all the tragedies and everything take place. Did I get my cigarettes? All the tragedies take place through flashbacks. So you feel disconnected from these things because if they took hold on. Because if they took place in the present time, they would hit too hard. If that stuff happened right now.
Died.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care. The thing is, you don't care about Yasui. That nigga had 2 chapters before he died.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie and like tell you that Toddy isn't right about Wano being a fucking slow drag. Like, in all honesty, I feel like Wano is gonna be an arc that you want to binge at the end of it. But let's be honest, this shit is like a roller coaster ride. All you're hearing right now is the fucking clack of the roller coaster going up. We haven't hit the down fucking spiral of what's supposed to happen. All Oda is doing right now is he's holding off, and I feel like he's either gonna hit us with this shit in the summer or towards the beginning of the new year, bro. Because and stalling all over it.
And a character death alone does not elicit the kind of emotion and impact that I'm talking about. Because you can kill a lot of random characters, but when you have the bravery, hold on. When you have the bravery to kill off a character that you're actually emotionally invested in, that you have seen their journey over the course of a story, that's when it's mature. But introducing a character that smiles all the time 2 chapters before he dies is not going to give me the same kind of impact when fucking Pito is holding Kite's head and going and sitting on a bed fucking talking to his best friend about we're going to save it and keep hope alive. It doesn't have the same impact.
I would say that like mainly Yasue's like shortcomings are the fact that he didn't get more exposition with his daughter Otoko. We needed to see that relationship before he went out, because honestly the way that he went out as just an individual who did things for the community, but we never got to see the characters that are going to stick around in the story actually give us some insight as to why we should give a fuck about Yasue. Why should we give a fuck about Yasue if he's only coming up? Like if everything that he does is like centered around his death, why was he so important to us through the entirety of the story? All he was a plot device to
move the story forward,
not only that, but to make sure that the Straw Hats didn't get caught. So I feel like Oda rushed Yasuo's character and he rushed to his death, when in all reality we should have grown more attached to this character because it's a good way of writing out the story. It just was rushed. That's all it is.
Hold on.
And it brings back to the point. It brings back to the point I was saying earlier. When things happen in a story that are clearly only used to further the plot, but aren't actually necessary to the plot, it takes me out of it. Where when Kite died, that was pivotal to the plot because Gon's entire character arc and Killua's was based on this hope and everything. When Yasui died, who gives a fuck? All we know, all it was is to serve is that Zoro and Sanji jump in there and they get a badass moment. I like when events happen that flow with the story, man. It's not a rock flashing into the river. It's a fucking fish being let in there to swim along with the river. Things like Yasui dying is like dropping a big ass rock in the river, and yeah, it makes a splash, but the flow is disrupted.
Hey, but
and it takes me out of it.
Like, if you really think about it, like even Yasui's like sacrifice, like Oda could have sacrificed Yasui as long as he gave us more exposition on Otoko. You need to develop a character like Otoko if you're planning to pass the torch on as far as what her father planned to do. Like in the beginning of the story, all I'm saying is there's no reason for him to die without having exposition with his daughter. And if he doesn't have exposition with his daughter as a character should grow enough to the point where we care enough about her for her to have the torch that her father passed on to her. It just doesn't feel like a cohesive, connected story. Right now, it just feels like Oda is rushing so we can get to Act 3. And once we get to Act 3, we're back to the good shit.
Yeah. And honestly, like I said this earlier, but it's okay that we disagree on oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay that we disagree on what we like out of storytelling and everything like that. That's perfectly fine. I'm just explaining like why I might have a problem or why people that think like me have a problem with it, and I respect everybody else that is perfectly okay with what goes on in it. I still love One Piece. I'm invested in this shit for 20 years now. I'm not going to give up on it. But I do have a problem with the storytelling. And it's just me, and I'm not trying to convince you guys to agree with me. It's just what I like.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're being. What I want to say is I don't think you're being realistic expect or fair in what you're expecting of One Piece.
I mean, maybe that's true, but you know, when it comes to like what you like and you dislike, it's not always about what's being fair. It's just what's presented, and what's presented to me. It might not be fair for me to hold it to these standards, but I do have an issue when Mama, who's touted as an invincible person, gets in the water, hits her head, and gets amnesia. I have an issue when Queen decides to purposely train Luffy and watches him get stronger every day and watches him master haki and continues to keep it alive. I have an issue when a character is introduced, not given really any depth at all, and then 2 chapters later he's died to further the plot. It's just stuff that I don't like, but it's okay if you guys are okay with it.
All right,
I mean, I'm on the same ride as you guys. I'm with One Piece to the end.
As far as like Big Mom falling into the water, she's a never fortune. So that's
Hey,
probably
Milo, you can't lie and say that it wasn't trash that King took out all them niggas, bro. It's just one nigga, bro. Just one.
What? Hold on.
He knocked over a ship of a Yonko and it just followed.
A ship. That's all he did. Like that's the thing. He didn't take out. And I feel like you guys are overhyping what King did. That's
No,
why you're upset.
it comes back to how much are you willing to suspend your sense of disbelief. That is fine if you're okay with it, but I can't get with it because I've seen Devil Fruit users in the water and get knocked around in the water. I've seen Luffy fight a nigga getting punched the fuck up in the water and not lose his memory. And this is Big Mom, who right now has the strongest defense. I can't suspend my sense of disbelief.
Like the Pharaoh's part, like pirates, like right after that, bro. All I'm saying is like those candy slugs would have came in handy. There's no reason as to why King should have been able to stall Big Mom. Honestly, right now, I feel like Oda is forcibly introducing players into a war that's gonna, like, honestly, the payoff for all of this bullshit is gonna be amazing. But I feel like he's forcibly introducing players because he doesn't have any other option or recourse to introduce these guys into the story.
Yeah, same here. Same here, but it's okay if you're down with that shit. I'm glad for you because it probably makes the story a fucking excellent ride. But when you see people like me that say like, man, this shit is kind of corny, I'm just spinning our perspective and why we think, man, the writing has really gone downhill. These are the reasons that we have. They might not be strong enough reasons to convince you, but that's the why.
Do you think that the writing has gone downhill because you can't see exactly where it's going, or do you think that it's gone downhill because
you don't agree?
I think it's gone downhill because it's now in order to further the plot, it keeps on relying on Deus Ex Machina way too much, and I don't like how they're reusing plot lines over and over and over. That's because in the beginning, an arc like Thriller Bark was new and exciting. An arc like Enies Lobby was new and exciting. But when you've seen, them go into a nation and that nation is getting fucked over and Luffy makes friends with the local community. And then, some bullshit happens to where Luffy, is on the ropes and he's almost about to be defeated. And at the very end, he fucking pulls out some shit. It's too much. I've been reading this series for 20 years now. And it was super exciting for the first 10, but you got to switch it up, man. It's like Hunter x Hunter. Like, it switches up. Every single arc feels so much different. And in Hunter x Hunter, like you replace characters, you can tell the story. You can tell the story of a lot of Hunter or One Piece arcs by just replacing certain names and certain actions, like with a Control F replace. And the One Piece arc is the same.
If I took a break and went on vacation from my job every year and I went back once a day, people would be like, I didn't recognize you.
Oh, give me a break, Milo. Even somebody that just starts One Piece right now and reads the whole thing from Hunter x Hunter right now and reads the whole thing start from finish, they're going to tell you York New is a lot different than Greed Island. And Greed Island is a lot different than the Chimerian arc. Chimerian arc is a lot different than the what's it called? The Successor arc. Like it's a different story every time, and One Piece and One Piece relies on Deus Ex Machina, man. I have to suspend my sense of disbelief way too much. I can't believe that God Jr., who is supposed to be the big brother, the one everyone relies on, everyone believes in, is going to assume Luffy's dead and then build a house and eat some donuts while his entire family is getting killed by Big Mom. I can't believe it.
Time out, Toddy. You know that nigga let Luffy win, bro. Like, he did that shit, dog. Like,
maybe at the end, but not originally. When he killed that, when he smothered him with the thing, he honestly thought he was dead. And instead of getting Brule and being like, Brule, where is Big Mom? Where's my family? Where's my family that's dying right now? Where can I be the most useful to save my family? He makes a house and eats donuts, guys.
What man with the amount of strength, ability, and fucking wherewithal that Katakuri has just decides to look at the person that has just been giving him a tough time and just falls on his back, bro. He chose to fall on his back because he.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the Marienda.
The Marienda. But what I'm saying
is, Marienda gives you character, like it gives you insight into Katakuri's character that you wouldn't have had before. Without that, you wouldn't even know who he was. You wouldn't even be invested with him as an antagonist. So I mean,
but you can do that in storytelling. You can do that in a way where the river still flows, man. They threw a fucking mountain in when they did that. What they did that with God Jr., they threw a mountain into that river, man. That was not who that nigga was. That was the whole time he's been so concerned about his family. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The whole time he's been so concerned about his family, and he got mad at Luffy for hitting his brothers and sisters. He knows that his brothers and sisters are dying, and then nigga ate donuts.
What did you just call Katakuri?
God Jr. I've been doing that for years.
Bias. All right,
it's not even about bias, man. It's about give me a break, man. That just didn't make any sense to me, and it's okay that it made sense to you guys, but.
Because you think Big Mom pirates are this overall be all when they're just one of
It's not that.
four
I'm not thinking that
Yonko.
simplistic, man. I'm not really not. I'm just saying like the story, follows this logic and these characters are presented this way, and then out of nowhere for no reason other than to give Luffy a break, like this out of character moment that even by the end of the arc,
How is it
even by
out
the
of
hold on, even by the end of the arc, and even by the end of the arc,
Toddy,
when
is
you
it
think,
like
hold
the
on, guys,
character, if you
even by the end of the arc,
him,
that moment with God Jr. is not consistent with anything else in the arc. That was the hold on. That was the only moment where that nigga acted like a fucking retard that didn't give a fuck about his family. Every other
wasn't the only
every other scene with God Jr.,
But
this
Toddy,
nigga was
unexpected. You
steadfast.
just got introduced to the character because you're clearly just getting exposition as to who the man is. All you're telling me right now is that you don't like who he is. That's it.
Exactly.
I don't think you guys are listening to me. So if like my point is just going to get lost, we might as well move on. Because it's not about a bias. It's not about me liking him. It's not about any of that. It's about this character had one moment that is clearly distinct from every other scene he's been in.
No,
and that
not
one
every other
moment,
scene.
that moment
Hold on.
served to further the plot when it was needed. And that was it. There's been no other moments where God Jr. just, when his family's dying, he just like kicks back and eats donuts. He's always shown concern for his brothers and sisters.
First of all, time out. It said the story said at this time you eat this. And secondly, what about when he used Conqueror's Hockey and he yelled at his little sister because he was tired of her interfering?
I don't.
When he put Luffy over his family, to fight with Luffy over his family. What about that? Oh, now he's muted. So I guess.
I'm sorry. What?
If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, I guess. No.
Bro, this nigga Toddy.
Oh, there he goes.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Toddy, bro. You, nigga.
Y'all got me. Y'all got me.
Toddy.
No, bro. Your mic got you, nigga.
Nigga Toddy, you spoiled Roger.
There he go, bro. He left, dog. He left again.
This nigga spoiled Roger, and it's
Wait, he spoiled Roger in like in what about what?
On Hunter, bro.
Come on, Roger. Like, honestly, Roger, like you shouldn't have even been over here, bro. Like, niggas is reckless. Like, come on, bro. Roger knew what he was.
One Piece, bro.
He knew what he was getting.
One Piece, so it was Gucci, bro. But then that nigga brought up motherfucking Kite.
Yo, hey, whoever in the chat saying fuck Roger, bro.
Yo, my bad. Man, my internet's been fucking up. Did I spoil Hunter x Hunter for somebody?
You spoiled Hunter
for Roger's base.
Well, Roger, why have you not read that? It's it's one of the greatest stories ever told. And honestly, if you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter by now, then fix it, because that shit has been out since 2011. We've been spoiling Naruto. We've been hold up. Before I start feeling guilty, we've been spoiling Toriko and Naruto and Bleach and Berserk. We've been spoiling a lot.
Wrong stream.
Huh? What?
Come on, man.
What? We've been spoiling all these shit. And Hunter x Hunter by now should be in everybody's catalog.
Like, this is literally like the snitch stream. Like, if you want to know
Why should it
information,
be in everybody's catalog?
Like, even if you don't like it, Milo, it is so touted as one of the greatest of all time that you should have been visited it by now.
Information just doesn't reach your human ears when it's supposed to.
I can't hear you, Vergo, over Sombra.
Honestly, I'll love Vergo. It's his stream.
I'm saying, don't be insensitive toward it. Just because he hasn't seen it doesn't mean it's okay to spoil it.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but it was in the spirit of the conversation because we've been spoiling anime for 2 hours now.
The reason why I invited him, because nigga, we were talking about Yasui.
Was Roger even in here?
We were like, we were strictly talking about like One Piece, but honestly, I would blame Vergo because Vergo didn't set the right expectation. He should have let him know this was a nigga stream.
Well, I didn't know that we weren't spoiling anything.
A nigga stream? What is that supposed to mean?
Bro, anything goes. That's what that means, dog.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
And I'm sorry I spoiled it, but that's not going to ruin the ride for you. Trust me.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
is not going to ruin the ride because there's so much that happens in the wake of that.
Keeping up with his little with his anime watch through, bro. Like nothing can fuck up Hunter x Hunter for you. Like regardless.
Is he watching? Is he watching it right now?
He just finished the fucking Heaven's Arena arc. So now he's about to pull up to York.
Oh, it's about to the ride's about to take off.
Shit.
But
I listen to people talk about Hunter x Hunter, and I'm just amazed at what y'all see in this manga. I mean, it's okay.
What do you mean?
Okay. It's okay. It's all right. But
Man, I love it. But you're also someone that loves Wano, and I think Wano is it's mediocre at best. So
I never said I love Wano. I said it's not over yet. I'm gonna give Oda time.
I love Hunter x Hunter.
Milo, what would you say?
Milo, would you disappointed with Wano? You don't like Wano, Milo?
Hunter x Hunter, the reason why I love Hunter x Hunter and why people I think are so in love with it is because in order to solve the plot, in order to every story has what's it called, a goal or something like that, but in order to solve these, they do not. Hunter x Hunter stands almost alone in the fact that it solves it in ways that you have never seen in manga. In a series like One Piece, in a series like One Piece, where you solve the problems by getting a power up, or My Hero where you get a power up, or Dragon Ball where you get a power up, and Hunter x Hunter, these niggas. I can't spoil anything, but y'all, if you've seen it, you've seen how they solve the problem. There was an episode, guys. I'm actually rewatching Hunter x Hunter, and I'm in the Command Ant arc, and I'm not going to spoil anything. There is an episode that is 22 minutes long that takes course over 10 seconds. What other series can squeeze in 22 minutes of heart-wrenching, heart-racing content in 10 seconds?
Characters were involved because I don't know what you're talking about.
When they first broke in, that's all I'm gonna say. When they first broke in.
Say no more, bro. You're absolutely right.
Hey, do you remember Bad Move, nigga? When she jumped in there, Bad Move.
Yes, bro.
Hey.
Hey, honestly, one thing that I will say that won't spoil anything is not Showproof. Shoot is one of the characters that's gonna grow on you. That's all I'll say, bro. Like you expect him to be a fucking scrub, but he just rises to the occasion. That's all.
Shit, all them niggas. That's the beauty of Hunter x Hunter. It's like no character is wasted. Like in One Piece. In One Piece, you have characters you don't care about, like Yasui and stuff like that. You don't care about them. In Hunter x Hunter, the minor characters like Wolfen, like the wolf who you never gave a fuck about. Like by the end of his story, man, you're like heartbroken over that nigga.
Fuck Wolfen, bro. Calgo is the GOAT.
But the thing is, like every character in Hunter x Hunter has so much depth and individuality. It's a beautiful method of storytelling. Nothing is wasted.
There is no character in Hunter x Hunter that I can say I like.
Well, you're that's fine.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
You are unique in that. You are very unique in that because most people that have seen Hunter x Hunter can really relate to some of these characters. And a lot of us grown ass men that never cried on Hunter x Hunter. It's just a beautiful story, man.
Nah,
beautiful.
I didn't there is a character I like, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. But I'm gonna say
it
doesn't matter at this point.
What's he looking like, Milo?
I'm gonna say she's blind.
I gotta.
Oh, okay. Word. All right. Bet.
Are you closing up shop, Vergo?
This young bar for this young game, and I'm finna hit it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know, Milo. Like a lot of people. I mean, a lot of young people that are like.
Tiny, you know everything I just said.
What did I hear?
Wow.
I missed it.
Yeah, that's why Somber's laughing at you because he knew the shit on me.
Yo,
I had soon to go to this game, and he was like, "All right, so Milo." I was like, "Damn."
Anything
what? I didn't even understand. Like, are you closing it up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
It's all good, dude. All right, y'all have a great night.
You too, man. Good
I
talking
really
to you.
appreciate
Strong leg
everybody that came
to the
through.
world. I'm
Thank
in
you.
here.
Shut up! Thank y'all
Strong
for
leg.
y'all are dope. What do y'all want to say? Y'all can freely speak.
Strong leg to the people. Keep those legs strong. Believe in your strong legs. You know the greatness. You know what I'm talking about. Our role model, our symbol, Kiros.
I hope
He's hopping
I thought he was talking
on one leg.
like I was almost disappointed.
Someone please talk. Anybody?
So all I gotta say, bro, is
Zoro over Sanji. Damn, I just keep getting knocked off.
all I
Are we
gotta
giving
say,
our final
bro, is,
thoughts?
perception.
Yeah, go ahead, Titan.
My final thoughts, and hold on, let me hop on this pedestal real quick before I say it. Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
All I gotta say, bro, is perception is key. If you can control your perception, you win. Control how you perceive things and control how others perceive you. That's the only way for you to really achieve what you want to achieve. W's all day.
That is so true too. I've been on some self-help shit, and your perception of everything can alter the way you live and change the way you approach your goals and shit. I'm telling you, like, change your perception to one of positivity, and everything comes with that, man. Live what you want. But that's not my closing words. I just really appreciated that anecdote.
Come on,
Is it my turn? Okay, hold on. Let me hop on this pedestal. Nigga, speak, nigga. Okay. All I'm gonna say is it's so, like, we are all a part of the same community. We are all some nerdy ass niggas that love anime and manga, and we are not all gonna like the same ones, and we are not all gonna be able to stomach the same kind of shit, and that is okay. You do not have to. You can be friends with people and have different opinions on a variety of shit, and when it comes to Hunter x Hunter, like, I understand there is a very small minority that don't like it. And if you watched it originally when you were maybe like anywhere from 12 to 16 or 17, I implore you, when you were in your 20s and your mind has matured a little bit, revisit that series, because you will discover some shit that you missed the first time around. And if you haven't seen it yet, you are really missing out on one of the best stories ever told, in my opinion. So I'm hopping down the pedestal now.
I feel it.
I just want to say, Vergo, appreciate you for having me, even though I missed most of the shit.
Go ahead.
You know I'm gonna goddamn show love, bro. You already know what it is. And thank everybody for being this bitch tidy, all y'all. And Zoro over Sanji.
All right, bet. J Hut.
What's good?
I didn't even know Jay Hudson was in.
Closing words.
Closing words. Oh no.
Only words for that nigga.
He only pulled up to say how he feels.
I'm sorry, Jay Hudson.
Yo, Jay Hudson, first and last words, nigga. What you got?
Yo, one, Vergo, you a hoe. Always doing this shit while nigga at work.
I mean, Jay Hudson, what you got to say, man? You honestly got the floor right now.
Oh, nah, I didn't even know what y'all was talking about. I just hopped in this hoe.
Come on, Fisher boy.
All right,
say something.
Yes, it's something.
We ain't gonna bring that over here, Milo. Chill out.
Yes, it's
I'm gonna say this next chapter of One Piece, I hope is pretty good.
That is actually it.
Man, that's so far away from what we were talking about.
Look, this last chapter, look, I got mixed thoughts about Yasue and everything like that. I don't really give a fuck about Yasue. Like, I get why he did what he did and everything like that. And I admire, it was admirable, his actions and everything like that. But I didn't really give a fuck about that nigga like that because I didn't have that much, like,
you weren't
investment into him. Yeah.
Man,
like,
that would have been.
I respect what he did and everything like that, setting up the plan, because it was all types of fucked up. But I wasn't really too hurt to see the nigga die.
Clearly, the nigga did not know that we've been talking about Hunter x Hunter, Tower of God, Berserk, Naruto, and Bleach for the last 2 hours.
And spoiler,
wow.
I think that was the main plan for Toddy today. He accomplished that.
I saw Roger in here for like a second.
Good job.
And then that nigga dipped.
Hey, yo, can we add that to like Toddy's bounty that he spoiled Roger's base? Is that like a feat?
That's really fucked up.
I didn't know. I didn't know. We've been spoiling every. Let's be real, guys. We have spoiled between us and the chat. We've spoiled 7 anime tonight.
I literally
Whoa,
said,
whoa.
let's keep it
Don't say
one.
we. I didn't spoil any.
Let's keep it
You
one.
did that all by yourself.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. There was a lot of my bad.
Yeah, Roger,
That was
anything
I
about
just
the
slipped
anime?
up. I'm sorry about that. I really am sorry, Roger. You're still here.
He's not here. He's definitely not here.
Yeah, bro. He
Yeah,
been my dog. Only the first thing.
I saw him show up and then he immediately dipped. He's like, oh no, too many niggas in this
bad. My bad, man.
Hey,
My
we
bad.
know. Hey, we know. We know.
This degenerates.
Welcome, boys. Now, what's up?
Oh my god.
Yo,
Trent,
Sombra, what if I
Trent, are you here?
Yo, bro, hey, G shit, dog. Like, I've been like training, like changing my perception, like trying to like evolve and shit. I just trying, like, I know I'm still a nigga, but I'm trying not to be the same nigga.
Same here, Sombra. Man, we gotta have nigga. We need to have a stream on some
what that means? Like what
Vergo on some real shit. We need to have some stream on some. We need he's on some real ass shit right now. We really need to have a stream on self improvement and shit.
Understand what I mean, dog? Like, where like you understand you a nigga, but like, you
want to be a different nigga. It's gonna be a dick.
No, but Vergo, really think about doing a stream on some like grown man shit because I'm going through the same shit, Sombra, where I'm trying to make some serious changes in my life and change the way I look at some shit.
Hey, watch this right now. Listen, erectile dysfunction, it happens. All right.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it
Me
to
and
y'all
Sombra
like
about
this,
to be
hey,
millionaires in 10 years.
real
We'll still be
shit.
talking to y'all.
Hey, bro, real shit, bro. A nigga ain't had a kid because he not ready. That's like the type of shit. Like my brain been growing up like an
I
exponential.
mean, I had a kid. I just don't know his name.
Hey, hey, bro, my vocabulary not even the same, bro. Just so you know, shit different.
That's wild. That shit hit different. Anyway, thank y'all for coming through. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. We here to feed the streets. Y'all have a wonderful night.